Welcome to the spectacular Season 2 of the award-winning Table Read. Today's episode of Table Read will begin an electrifying whirlwind 4-episode adventure titled Dream World, written by Sonny Postiglione, about a mysterious planet where fairy tales and nursery rhymes are reimagined and come to life. We'll join Cassidy Cartwright, an ordinary man, as he embarks on an extraordinary mission into the fantastical realm of Dreamworld, teaming up with a motley crew of fairy tale icons, including the swashbuckling Jack, the pistol-packing giant, and the werewolf Scarlet Hood, in order to save his family trapped back on Earth. Buckle up for a roller coaster ride complete with jaw-dropping twists, hairpin turns, and of course, a sprinkle of fairy tale magic. Episode 1. Exterior upscale Boston home, night. A rainstorm pours down as we establish. Interior children's room, night. A room divided by a picture window that sleeps boy and girl siblings. Tessa and Ruben, aged 10 and 8 respectively, stand in their pajamas, timidly watching the rain pour down outside as they play on their iPads.
It's still raining. Do you think she'll go?
No way. She hates driving in the rain.
You're right, I do.
The children turn to see their mother, Maria Cartwright, 35, and father Cassidy, 35, entering. Maria, a schoolteacher, exudes natural beauty, while Cassidy is a mix of brains, cleverness, and Midwestern charm.
But I have to tonight. I just came to say goodbye, you little munchkins.
Do you really have to go, Mom?
Yeah, it's seriously pouring out.
Listen to your daughter, Mom.
Guys, Grandma Pat isn't feeling well.
Does she have a sore throat?
Yep, and a fever, so she needs my help until she feels better. I'll tell you what, Daddy's gonna read you a bedtime story tonight. And by the time he's finished, if he reads slowly, I'll be at Grandma's house and call you before you go to sleep. Deal?
Deal.
Tessa?
Deal.
Daddy?
Yeah, deal.
Maria kisses each child, then moves to Cassidy.
Drive safe. Love you.
Love you too.
Maria leaves. Cassidy looks over the children.
Okay, now that Mom's gone, there's a new regime around here. I want...
Teeth brush?
And faces washed, both under covers in 5 minutes.
What are you gonna do while we're getting ready for bed?
I'll pick a book. Now go. I'm timing you. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi.
As the kids race toward the bathroom. Interior, Tessa and Ruben's room, 10 minutes later. Tessa and Ruben are tucked under the covers together on Ruben's bed. Cassidy sits behind and cracks open a classically bound blue book, ready to read the kids a bedtime story.
Are you guys sure you don't want to read something more realistic, like a cool history book, like the American Revolution?
Nope. Fairy tales only.
It's your choice.
Dad, do you think Mom will be okay?
Of course. I promise. A little rain never hurt anybody. It's just water. Anyway, without further ado, a favorite among our audience, the tale of King Midas.
Yay!
Once upon a time, there lived a great and wealthy king named Midas. All that King Midas loved, all that he wanted, was nothing less than riches and gold. Now Midas had one daughter, Marigold.
As Cassidy reads the Midas story aloud, his voice fades out, and another man's voice fades up. This one is older, wiser, omniscient. This new voice is the voice of Father Time.
Have you ever wondered where fairy tales originally came from? The minds of earth-born people, perhaps? If that's what you wish to believe.
Exterior, space. We see the Earth amid the infiniteness of space.
Our brother, the Earth. That is your world.
The camera pans right to find a small green planet, a tenth of the size of Earth and surrounded by red vapors, materialized directly next to Earth.
This is our world. It is a place of dreams and wonders.
Exterior, green planet, day. This green planet is beautiful with rolling hills, majestic pastures, and a glass barrier. Actually, hundreds of glass barriers reaching as high as the sky, dividing the many different lands of this planet.
Our world is a place where fairy tales and nursery rhymes not only exist, but live out their stories every day. Our world is Dream World. Welcome.
The camera rushes to Jack and the Beanstalk. Jack, in peasant clothes, tosses magic beans into a hole in the ground. After a beat, a giant beanstalk grows, reaching to a large cloud formation.
All your old friends are here. Jack and the Beanstalk.
The camera keeps moving to Snow White and the 7 dwarfs. Snow White walks through the forest with the 7 dwarfs.
Snow White and the 7 dwarves.
The camera keeps moving to Little Red Riding Hood. Red Riding Hood knocks on her grandmother's house. The wolf, dressed like her grandmother, answers the door.
Little Red Riding Hood.
The camera rises out of Little Red Riding Hood to an angle in the sky, looking down on the vastness of Dreamworld. We see all the fairy tale and nursery rhymes of Dreamworld nestled in their individual glass barriers.
All existing in their own kingdom within Dreamworld, living out their fairy tales in a daily cycle.
Interior, Midas's bedroom before sunrise. A king's chamber. Midas is in bed fast asleep.
For example, on each Dreamworld day of King Midas's fairy tale, King Midas will always wake up at the sun's first light.
Sunlight hits Midas's face. He stirs, smiles, and opens his eyes to the new day.
Alas, another beautiful day. I must look upon my gold.
The door swings open and a 10-year-old girl runs in. This is Marigold, Midas's daughter.
Good morning, Father. It is an exquisitely beautiful day.
We now see a montage of the Midas fairy tale. Midas meets the fairy. Midas turns an apple and a flower into gold. Midas turns Marigold into a gold statue. Midas dips Marigold's body into the river, and she returns to normal.
Once awake, Midas continues through the natural course of his story.
Interior, Midas garden, night. Midas and Marigold face each other.
Until its end, when he learns his lesson in greed. I hate gold, the very sight of it. I shall never be greedy again.
You've learned your lesson, Father, and I'm thankful you've returned to me.
And we've had a full day, little one. And now it's time for sleep. Have good dreams, and I'll see you in the morrow.
Interior, Midas' bedroom, later that night. Now in his pajamas, Midas lays back in his royal bed and goes to sleep.
And that is the daily cycle of Midas's fairy tale, and it is never changing. Or at least, it was never supposed to change.
Exterior, Massachusetts Turnpike, night, our world. Rain pours down. The roads are nearly flooded. A lone Toyota 4Runner SUV cautiously navigates. Interior, Toyota 4Runner, night. Maria's talking into her Bluetooth as she drives.
Stop worrying, Mom. I'll be there in a little while. Exit 44. Tessa has soccer in the morning, and Ruben's going to a birthday party. No, they're okay. Cassidy's reading to them. Did you take your medicine? Yeah, I better go. I have to concentrate on the road. It's really starting to come down.
Maria hangs up uneasy. Road visibility is getting worse. Interior, Tessa and Ruben's room, night. Cassidy, Tessa, and Ruben continue to read King Midas.
Midas placed all of his now golden possessions in the honest stream that would return all his gold possessions to their proper state. With Marigold freed from the spell, Midas's heart was whole again. Father and daughter danced in celebration to...
Cassidy stops reading as he hears the buzz of his cell. Caller ID flashes Maria. He answers.
That was quick.
This is Officer Craig of the Boston Highway Patrol. Is this Mr. Cartwright?
Yes?
Is your wife Maria Cartwright?
Cassidy has a sinking feeling in the pit of his stomach.
Yes.
Exterior, New England Thruway, continuous. Maria Cartwright's 4Runner, which is wrapped around a tree. An ambulance and 2 police cars are settled around. Officer Craig, late 50s, is on a cell phone holding Maria's wallet.
Yes, there's been an accident, sir.
In the background, medics zip up Maria's body bag. Interior hallway continuous.
Oh, God, no.
Cassidy drops the Midas book. As the book slams on the floor, we cut to interior Midas bedroom, middle of the night. A loud, thunderous thump echoes, causing Midas to pop up from his sleep. He looks around the room. The night is strange to him. He's never been awake at this time before. Interior hallway, middle of the night. Midas exits his bedroom as Marigold exits hers.
Father, I had the most awful dream.
As did I, little one. Get dressed. We shall take a ride.
At this time of night? Where will we go?
Anywhere we want.
Exterior green pasture clearing, middle of the night. Midas and Marigold now ride on horseback, galloping across a great plain, a shallow river, and then to a forest.
Where are we?
I do not know. I have never been this far from the castle before.
The horses halt at the forest's entrance, refusing to move forward. They sense danger.
What is it? There's nothing to fear.
The horse whinny furiously. Midas dismounts and walks toward the forest. After 3 steps, Midas bumps into an invisible glass barrier. Midas presses his hand against the barrier and sees that it extends as high as the sky and as far as his eye can see.
What is it? Magic?
No. Glass.
Midas finds a rock and smashes away at the glass. It shatters, creating a giant hole. Midas steps through the hole as Marigold and the horses follow into the giant valley of Camelot. In the valley's heart rests a magnificent-looking kingdom centered around a castle of amazing proportions.
One more time for Zeke.
Sorry.
Zeke, no smoking in the room, bud. That's the only time there's no smoking in
That's
this
it,
room,
yeah.
by the way.
In the valley's heart rests a magnificent-looking kingdom centered around a castle of amazing proportions.
It's beautiful, much grander than our own.
I don't understand. Where are we? It's night in our kingdom, but here, on this side of the glass, it's daytime.
Let's see more.
As Marigold gallops away.
Marigold, wait!
He's too late. She's gone. Midas follows after her. Interior forest, day. Midas catches up to Marigold, who is now off her horse investigating something strange. A sword embedded in stone. It's the fabled sword and the stone for the legend of King Arthur.
A sword stuck in a stone? Peculiar.
Most peculiar.
2 men now approach on horseback.
Someone approaches. Hide!
Midas and Marigold lead their horses into a thicket of bushes as the 2 men approach. One of the men is King Arthur, 16, and the other is Merlin, 30s, the great magician. The 2 dismount their horses and walk toward the legendary sword Excalibur, which is jammed into the sacred stone.
What is my purpose here, Master? I'm not of royal blood.
Yes, you, Arthur, are the son of King Uther of Pendragon, and are of royal blood. Now raise up the sword from the stone and claim your birthright. Become King Arthur, King of Camelot.
Angle on Midas and Marigold as they watch.
Lift the sword from the stone and become king? How easy it would be to become king of this Camelot.
But you already are king.
You said it yourself. Camelot is a much larger kingdom than our own. Why have one when we could have 2? More lands, more riches, more gold.
More gold? Oh, Father, you have come so far and still learned nothing.
What I do for you. You will one day be an adult, and my wish is for you to never want for anything.
My wants would still be simple.
Aye, but mine are grand.
Resume scene on Arthur and Merlin. Merlin is uneasy.
I sense something strange.
Perhaps it is the winds of change.
No, Arthur, we're being watched.
Midas jumps out from the bushes. Marigold follows behind him.
Who art thou? Name yourself.
I am Midas, soon to be king of Camelot.
And it's out.
And I have hemorrhoids now.
Midas grabs Excalibur's handle and begins tugging at Excalibur, but it won't budge from the stone.
Only one man can lift the sword, Midas, and it's not you.
Arthur runs over and places his hands over Midas's. The two tug on the sword as they jockey for position.
Let go, good sir.
Father, stop this. Let's go home.
After a moment, Midas and Arthur together manage to unsheath the weapon. As they struggle for the sword, Marigold runs over.
Please, Father, stop.
Midas yanks the sword away from Arthur. The momentum of the move swings the sword's tip behind Midas.
Oh my god.
Midas turns around to find his daughter Marigold impaled in the chest with Excalibur. She falls to the ground, bleeding.
Father.
Marigold, no!
Midas, devastated, holds Marigold's hand as the unthinkable happens. She dies.
You've killed her.
I didn't mean to.
Suddenly, dark clouds roll in. The wind blows furiously. A wild storm is rising.
Merlin, what's happening?
The wild storm reaches full rage. High winds, torrential rains, and lightning.
My daughter is dead. What have I done? What have I done?
Suddenly, the glass barriers around Camelot begin to smash, shatter, and fall down. Once the barriers have all been destroyed, the wild storm spreads rapidly to the other surrounding fairy tales as those barriers too begin to smash, shatter, and fall. We leave Midas in the eye of the storm clutching Marigold's body. Exterior space. A white gaseous energy known as the Light of the White Whisper emerges from Dreamworld toward Earth. As it engulfs Earth, the Light of the White Whisper acts as a conduit, draining all of the color from Earth's surface and transferring it all to Dreamworld. The Earth slowly turns into stone with little shimmering specks of gold as Dreamworld reforms itself in Earth's image. Interior hallway, Cassidy's house, same time, our world. Cassidy, sitting against the wall, teary-eyed, still holding his phone in shock.
Dad, come on, we're waiting.
This snaps Cassidy to consciousness. He gathers himself, then enters Tessa and Reuben's room, about to read them another book. Cassidy is clearly upset.
Was that Mom?
Cassidy considers his answer and lies to Tessa.
No, it wasn't your mother.
Are you okay, Dad?
Yeah, why?
You're crying.
Kids, I need to tell you something.
No, another story first. Mom hasn't called yet.
It's only fair. Come on, read Snow White, just till she calls.
Okay. One more. I'll read Snow White.
Read it like Mom does, with the voices.
Cassidy nods, his heart breaking. Reuben slowly walks over to Tessa's bed and slips under the covers.
Okay. Here we go with Snow White.
Interior Dreamworld. Snow White's forest, continuous. The wild storm is still blowing through the forest. The Snow Queen pushes on through the heavy winds, holding her baby daughter, Snow White.
Once upon a time, in a beautiful land of green meadows and rolling pastures, lived a noble queen who wished for a daughter as white as snow, as red as blood, and as black as ebony. She was granted her wish, and Snow White was born.
Dad?
Yes, Reuben.
What's that?
What's what?
The bright light coming from outside.
Interior Tessa and Reuben's room, continuous. The light of the White Whisper illuminates the night sky.
Quick, behind the bed, hurry!
The children jump behind Tessa's bed. Cassidy puts the Snow White book down and moves to the picture window. We go close on the Snow White book as the pages turn by themselves to the part of Snow White where Prince Charming searches the forest for the sleeping Snow White. The pictures of the book reflect the current wild storm occurring in Dreamworld. We switch into Cassidy's POV. The light of the White Whisper forces the window wide open and pours into the room in a gaseous form. Numerous white flashes now occur as the children scream for dear life. Cassidy runs towards his kids behind the bed, but a man, we will come to know as Father Time, materializes next to Cassidy. The white flashes reach a crescendo, then silence.
Rise up, Cassidy Cartwright. Both of our worlds need you.
Who are you?
We find Cassidy standing in the center of a protective shield provided by Father Time, a lanky, brown-robed, eons-old man.
I am the one who knows all. I am Father Time.
What happened to my children?
Find Tessa and Ruben.
There was something the way you delivered that just made me laugh, and I apologize. Can we get that one more time?
Was my trauma funny to you, Mark?
I'm sorry.
I am the one who knows all. I am Father Time.
What happened to my children?
Find Tessa and Ruben huddled together, both turned into stone statues. We also see the Snow White book, the pillows, the blankets. The whole room has turned into stone, all with glimmering specks of gold within them.
They are frozen in stone.
I don't understand.
Cassidy reaches for his children, but Father Time stops him.
Reach your hand beyond the shield, and you too will become stone and lifeless, forfeiting the only chance to save them.
What is this?
The death of your world. We must depart. There is much for you to know. Trust my words. Where we go, they could not possibly follow.
The shield sphere materializes through the wall. Exterior, Boston, night. Father Time's shield sphere hovers over Boston, which is now a dead city. Everything is completely stone. After a beat,
It's all stone?
The entire Earth. The effect of what is called the light of the White Whisper. The Earth is frozen in time, and the only one who can restore it is you.
Me? Why me? This is crazy.
It would appear our fates are connected through death.
Cassidy considers his wedding ring.
Through pain. Through hope. Hope that even though you lost her, you can still save them. After all, what else is hope, if not the main ingredient of a fairy tale?
A fairy tale?
The shield sphere disappears. Interior, Dreamworld, Snow White's forest, night. The aftermath of the wild storm. Fallen trees, overturned stones, leaves everywhere, etc. A disheveled Prince Charming searches for Snow White. The night is dark, it's cold, and most importantly, everything scares him.
Snow White! Snow White, where are you?
He notices Snow White trapped under a fallen branch.
Oh no! Snow White!
Prince Charming tosses the branch aside and tries to revive her. As he does this, Prince Charming notices multiple pairs of dark red eyes watching him from the bushes.
Please, Snow White. Please wake up. I need you.
He gives her a gentle kiss on the lips. She stirs.
My friends, what happened? A wild storm rose. The forest is destroyed.
I feel so cold. Kiss me. Make this nightmare go away.
1 second, Snow White. A little less sassy.
Less sassy, got it. I feel so cold. Kiss me. Make this nightmare go away.
Prince Charming pecks Snow White on the lips again, then timidly pulls away.
Come now. We must find shelter.
Another kiss, please.
Prince Charming delivers another light peck on the lips to Snow White. Only this time, Snow White slips him the tongue. When the two stop kissing...
Not bad. I'm sorry. Who are you again?
Snow White pops up now, levitating a foot off the ground, close on Prince Charming as the mysterious bright white flash strobes over his face.
I don't know.
Sucks for you, buddy.
Find the red eyes from the bushes now stepping into the light. Although we only see 6 of them, they are gropey, sleazy, greedy, creepy, meanie, and dumpy, are known as the 7. The 7 dwarf-sized demon creatures with mini dragon wings and razor-sharp claws.
What are you looking at, chump? We're with her.
Such horrible-looking creatures.
Prince Charming turns to run away, but bumps into demon number 7, Unhappy.
It always starts with name-calling, huh? Hi, I'm Unhappy.
Unhappy punches Prince Charming in the face.
Can't you tell?
The 7 jump Prince Charming, roughly bringing him to his feet and spreading his arms eagle.
Wait! Unhand me!
Unhappy covers Prince Charming's mouth.
What do you things think you're doing?
This guy's an A1 stiff. Just getting him ready for the big mowdown. Ain't that what you want, boss?
Me? Boss?
Yeah, we demon, you boss. My name's Meanie.
And I'm creepy. People say we look alike, but I don't see it.
They do. In fact, all the demons look exactly the same.
Hey, boss. Remember me? Sleazy. That's greedy, gropey, and...
Dumpy. Sup?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You're the 7. You're my pets?
Pets is a tad reductive, boss. More like friends with killing benefits.
I'm sorry, I haven't been myself lately.
Us too. Seems to be going around.
Anyway, this guy was trying to put the moves on ya, and that's a no-no. So now it's time to step up to the plate. You don't owe him nothing.
Sleazy's right. Killing's gotta be done here, and you're the only one who can do it. Buck stops with you, boss.
That's right. I am the boss.
Snow White extends her right arm and aims it at Prince Charming, as if it were a weapon.
Looks like she gathered her druthers. Translation, you're toast.
Unhappy lets go of Prince Charming's mouth and flies off.
Please, what are you doing?
Isn't it obvious?
Snow White blasts Prince Charming in the chest with a red energy bolt, killing him. The 7 cheers, his body falls to the ground. Snow White pouts.
Why so glum, chum?
Ugh, I feel dreadful.
Snow White waves her hand, and a full-length mirror appears. Meanie runs to the mirror and admires his ass.
Say, do these pants make me look fat?
Snow White kicks Meanie aside and begins to assess her own appearance.
Oh, I feel dreadful because I look dreadful. I can't see my father like this.
Snow White's hands become aglow with magic that shrouds her body in a cocoon. After a beat, the cocoon dissipates, and Snow White's dainty Sunday's best is changed into a white leather miniskirt with thigh-high white boots.
Hubba, hubba!
Oh, hell!
Snow White sticks her hand out and creates a mini ice sculpture of her new look self. Note, from this point forward, Snow White will be referred to as Ice Princess.
The Ice Princess. Mirror, mirror, hanging free. Is there anyone in Dreamworld as hot as me?
Nothing is heard from the mirror.
I hate to break it to you, boss, but mirrors don't talk.
Ice Princess waves her hand, and the mirror disappears.
A girl can dream, can't she?
Ice Princess and the 7 leave as the camera pans up to their intended destination, a city in the distance with Earth-like characteristics, skyscrapers, bright lights, etc. Exterior city-side street, night. Skyscrapers on either side. We're in a deserted alley that leads to an otherwise unassuming intersection. A magic teleportation sphere appears containing Father Time and Cassidy.
We're back on Earth?
No, your Earth was left frozen in stone, drained of all life. Time flows freely here. The fairy tales are no longer bound to the daily cycle. Our two worlds have combined.
What the hell are you talking about? Where are we?
We're in Dream World.
Where?
Dream World. The world of living fairy tales. The world where fairy tales and nursery rhymes you knew as an Earth child existed and lived out their stories.
Living fairy tales? Is this a joke? Fairy tales aren't real.
Fairy tales are real, I'm afraid. More real than you could imagine.
When you say fairy tales, you mean like Jack and the Beanstalk? Like Little Red Riding Hood?
Nursery rhymes such as 3 Men in a Tub and Starlight Starbright, they're all true. You see, the real dream world was divided by barriers, allowing each fairy tale to exist independently from one another. But a tragedy occurred in one of the fairy tales, which ruptured the balance and caused the barriers to come down, combining all the fairy tales and nursery rhymes into one.
Sending that, the light thing...
Light of the White Whisper.
Whatever, to Earth.
Father Time disappears, then reappears. He seems to be fading out of existence, that is.
What's happening to you?
It's as I feared. In being Father Time, I am caretaker of both worlds, but now that your world doesn't exist, I will no longer exist. Leaving you, Cassidy Cartwright, the sole survivor of both our worlds.
You said I could change things back, that I could fix it. How?
Go back in time. Stop this from
Father Time disappears.
Go back in time? Go back in time where? Who did this? Where do I start? Oh, this is just great.
Riding a soft wind toward Cassidy glides a piece of paper. Unseen by Cassidy, but seen by us, is Father Time's ghost guiding the paper along. As Cassidy grabs the paper, Father Time's ghost then disappears. Cassidy reads the paper, which is actually a wanted poster. It reads, "Wanted, the Redeemers for crimes against the Sleeper, responsible for robbing 20 banks in the city." Underneath the text is a picture of 5 strangely costumed outlaws, their faces unidentifiable.
The Redeemers?
At that moment, monstrous yelling is heard from the street.
What's going on?
Exterior, the Sleeper's Square, continuous. Cassidy enters to find Dreamworld's equivalent of New York's Times Square. The buildings are combinations of Earth office buildings with medieval castles, tree houses, and mushrooms. Standing above all buildings is the Sleeper's Fortress, a giant stone castle resting comfortably on top of a weird version of the Empire State Building. On the street, it's chaos as we join a food riot in progress. Thousands of medieval fairy tale peasants are being attacked by large, gruesome ogres armed with whips. One ogre whips Cassidy, forcing him out of the shadows and into the street among the terrified peasants.
Out of the shadows, bumpkin! The Ice Princess wants all the streets surrounding the Sleeper's Fortress cleared. The night's work is about to begin.
A rumble in the distance. The peasants are overcome with fear. Cassidy turns to peasant number 1.
What's that?
They're called soldiers of the Fourth.
Cassidy turns to see 100 men on horseback, known as soldiers of the Fourth, thunder onto the street, trampling every peasant in their path. The soldiers are fully armored up, carrying .44 caliber guns and big metal shields.
Clear the streets at once!
The soldiers shoot indiscriminately into the crowd, killing a number of them. Cassidy heads toward the side street from where he originally came. Bodies fall all around him. Exterior side street continuous. Horrified, Cassidy runs down the alley away. Shouldn't it be Cassidy runs away down the alley?
Sure, you can write it that way.
Okay.
If you want to be grammatical, you want to speak English.
Horrified.
Author's permission.
You got him.
Horrified, Cassidy runs away down the alley. Dissolved to a montage of scenes. Scene 1 is Cassidy showing the wanted poster of the Redeemers to a number of peasants who shy away from him. Scene 2 is Cassidy huddled by a small fire, looking at a photograph of Tessa and Reuben. Scene 3 is Cassidy at Frederick's bank, which is built into a giant mushroom. A gaping hole is blown in the bank's wall, telling us a robbery has occurred recently. Cassidy pulls a ledger from his pocket and makes a mark on one of its pages. He's recording which banks have been robbed. We end the montage, and it's now 2 months later at exterior Palewater National Bank, street, day. The Palewater National Bank of Dreamworld is built into a redwood tree. A cloaked and hooded man stops to admire the bank, lowering his hood. It's a scruffy, unshaven Cassidy. Cassidy consults his ledger, revealing a map with circled banks, half of which are marked with red X's for those already robbed by the Redeemers. Frederick's bank is crossed off, but the Palewater National Bank is not. Cassidy enters Palewater. Interior Palewater National Bank, day. It's similar to an Earth bank. Window tellers, a waiting area, etc. Cassidy takes a seat in the waiting area. He looks to an hourglass wall clock whose flowing sands in the top section indicate the bank has just opened. We'll now dissolve to the end of day. The hourglass clock is now almost emptied, and the bank is about to close. The last bank patrons waiting for a teller are a few peasant folk and a circus clown and a grey-hooded stranger. With no sign of the Redeemers, Cassidy calls it a day. As Cassidy reaches the exit, he bumps into the Mastodon, an 8-foot giant of a man who's built like a tank with a deep voice.
In or out, pal?
Mastodon's presence piques Cassidy's curiosity.
In?
Your funeral.
Mastodon shoves Cassidy to the ground. A black wolf hoofs it in behind Mastodon, who immediately slams the bank door shut. Bank patron Clown is frightened.
A black wolf? That's a black wolf! It came in with the Mastodon! That can only mean...
The grey-hooded stranger lowers her hood.
The Redeemers are in the house.
This is Scarlet Hood, mid-20s, a sexy redhead. Scarlet flips high in the air and lands on top of the teller's window, aiming a crossbow at the clown.
Give that clown a prize. Now hit the floor. Wolf, find me the bank president.
The bank patrons all jump to the floor as Wolf snatches up the 5-inch tall Thomas Thumb, squirming in the corner.
Good work, boy.
Wolf calmly walks the diminutive bank president over to the outstretched hand of Mastodon. Mastodon brings Thumb to eye level.
Don't do anything stupid. We're here for the magic beans. Nobody has to get hurt.
Under which Mastodon draws a mini Gatling gun, which fits around his right fist.
Mr. Bank President, I am the fabulous Scarlet Hood, and we have come to rob this bank in the name of the Redeemers.
Suddenly, we hear footsteps running across the roof toward a stained glass skylight built into the bank's ceiling. The footsteps stop, and Jack comes crashing through the skylight, conveniently landing right next to Scarlet. Jack, mid-20s, is a thief with an eye patch covering his right eye.
Is there a better man than I?
Here he goes again.
Nice entrance, Jack. I'm swooning, but you've already got the girl.
And I'll never stop trying to impress her with feats of amazement.
Sorry to bother your self-aggrandizing, Jack, but can we get back to the robbery, please?
You got it, Daddy-O. All right. You heard my extremely large partner. Let us commence with the robbery. Translation, we want your magic beans. All of them.
Angle on the bank teller's booth as Scarlet and Jack now open each money drawer to reveal magic beans in each compartment, where normal bills would be. They fill giant cloth sacks of magic beans. Then Jack leaves a single playing card, the Jack of Hearts, in the empty drawer. The camera finds Cassidy. He cautiously rises to his feet, but Mastodon puts him in his crosshairs.
Stay down. The bank's insured.
I don't care about the money. I need to talk to you.
This isn't an open mic, stranger. Jack, we got ourselves a hero.
Permission to lump them up?
What?
Jack cartwheels into the main room and pulls a nickel-plated 9mm on Cassidy.
Well, hello. Are you a hero, stranger?
No, I was brought here by Father Time. I need the Redeemer's help.
Oh, Father Time brought you? Who the hell is Father Time? And more importantly, who the hell are you?
My name is Cassidy. I've been trying to find you for the past 3 months. I need...
Oh, wait! You're some kind of groupie?
Ugh, I hate groupies.
Me? A groupie? No!
Through the smashed hole in the skylight, Mastodon sees a number of shadows circling above the bank.
Sorry, stranger. That's all the time we have. Lost Boys incoming, Jack. Time to roll.
Scarlet, bar's closed.
Just getting my purse.
Scarlet passes the magic bean-filled sacks over to Mastodon, who smashes a hole in the sidewall, creating an exit.
Please, take me with you!
Cassidy takes a step forward, prompting Jack to fire his gun. Jack's gun shoots out a metal-tipped arrowhead connected to a steel cable, which wraps around Cassidy's legs, tripping him.
Maybe next time. Our team's already got a cool, mysterious guy. Me.
Don't feel so bad, stranger. Here.
Mastodon then throws Thomas Thumb over to Cassidy.
Have a souvenir.
Cassidy catches Thumb. By the time he looks up, the Redeemers are gone. After a beat, 6 of the Lost Boys, or the lost pirate-looking creatures with feathered angel wings, skin color and clothes all the same shadowy black tone, enter through the bank's smashed skylight.
What happened here?
The Redeemers cleared me out. They stole all my magic beans. That big jerk over there, his name's Cassidy. He's a sympathizer.
Cassidy untangles his legs and stands up.
You there, are you a Redeemer sympathizer?
What? No, I'm not a sympathizer.
No, he's lying! He wanted to tag along with them.
Thomas Thumb speaks true.
Yeah.
Cassidy dashes out the bank's front door.
After him, full retrieval, before the team leader gets here.
3 of the Lost fly off through the smashed skylight to follow Cassidy. Exterior alley, night. Cassidy runs for his life as the 3 Lost pursue him from the air.
Claim allegiance to the Ice Princess. Claim allegiance to the Sleeper.
Cassidy gets tripped up by a dive-bombing Lost and stumbles to the ground.
Did you actually fall on the ground there? No, I didn't fall.
He's acting.
All 3 Lost land unsheath sickles and walk menacingly towards Cassidy.
Failure to claim loyalty to His Majesty the Sleeper results in ultimate death.
Suddenly, a great howl.
What's that?
Wolf appears, jumping on Lost number 1.
Ah!
Jack emerges from the shadows, sword drawn, and duels with Lost number 2. Mastodon jumps down from the roof, grabbing Lost number 3, smashing him into the brick wall. The Redeemers regroup around Cassidy after defeating all 3 Lost.
You should be more careful, stranger. Picking a fight with the Lost isn't the smartest thing you could do.
Why'd you come back?
It doesn't matter why. All that matters is we did, even when our own escape was clear.
We heard your refusal to swear allegiance to the Sleeper and the Ice Princess. Figured you might be an ally, and not a groupie.
Wolf barks intensely. The Redeemers look to the sky.
Oh, crap. It's Simon.
Simple Simon, 30s, French, long blonde hair and a ponytail, soars on high. As Simon lands in front of them,
The word around town was that you were all set to hit Golden Apple Bank tonight.
Oh, funny. I heard the same thing.
Jack raises his sword, challenging Simon.
No, not today, Jacques. Simon says, fraise.
Who says what?
What did he say?
What the hell did you say?
Everyone loses the game.
Pepe Le Pew there?
Not today, Jacques. Simon says, freeze.
Jack, Scarlet, Cassidy, and Mastodon are frozen in place. Wolf growls at Simon. Simon draws his sword.
The only drawback to an otherwise perfect game. I can't play with animals.
Scarlet looks to Wolf and passes along silent instructions. Wolf escapes down the alley.
By the time he comes back with help, it will be too late. The Ice Princess is going to love this. Simple Simon catches Jacques and the Redeemers. Maybe I'll get a promotion. Either way, my life is taking a turn for the better. Sorry, can't say the same for you.
Under which Scarlet's eyes have rolled back into her head, and she's begun a low hum.
Hey, Scarlet. Is that you, honey? Knock it off. Simon says stop! Simon says stop! Stop! Why are you not stepping?
Scarlet's features take on wolf-like characteristics, a pointy nose, long ears, and claws. She is now transformed into a werewolf, and Simon's spell over her is broken.
That is not fair! Simon says kill Scarlet!
Jack, Mastodon, and Cassidy move towards Scarlet. Scarlet charges Simon, but Simon takes off to a 10-foot hover.
Perhaps another time, my dear. Had I known you were such an animal, I might have claimed you for myself.
Wolf suddenly jumps Simon, knocking him down in front of Scarlet. In a swift motion, Scarlet severs Simon's head with a... sorry.
So violent he can't.
Violent line, too. I'm verklempt. In a swift motion, Scarlet severs Simon's head with a claw swipe. Her growls intensify with uncontrollable rage. Jack approaches, locking eyes with her and gently soothing her with a pet.
Shh, it's me, Scarlet. It's Jack. I'm here with you now. Shh. It's time for you to come back to me. Come back, love.
Scarlet's bloodlust wanes, and she begins to transform back to human form.
That's it, love. Come back.
Scarlet's completely human now, but fast asleep. Mastodon throws her body over his left shoulder. The magic bean sacks go over his right.
Let's go, Jack, before this place is crawling with Lost.
Jack, Mastodon, and Wolf start to walk off without Cassidy.
What about me? I need your help. I wasn't lying about that.
A lot of people need our help. What makes you so special?
I need to go back in time.
Oh, that's all? Why didn't you just say that earlier? Jack, do I need to say this? This guy is a couple of pineapples short of a fruit salad.
That may be, but we can't leave him here alone. He's wanted now, like us. Come on, stranger, let's go.
Cassidy, my name's Cassidy.
Says you, Daddy-O, but stranger sounds so much cooler.
Well, where are we going, Jack?
Where else? Camelot.
Exterior, the Sleeper's Fortress, night. To establish. Interior, throne room, night. In a grand throne room, two regal chairs stand side by side, one elevated above the other. The Ice Princess sits in the lower seat, while the higher one remains mysteriously empty. The 7 demons lie at the Ice Princess's feet. Approaching Ice Princess nervously is Tweedledee, a thin, wormy, blonde-haired man in his 20s, wearing a colorful Shakespearean suit.
Rumors, Tweedledee, circulate the court that our trap set at Golden Apple was left unsprung. Is there any truth to this?
Rumors of Jack robbing Golden Apple can no doubt be traced to the man himself, spread to our ears with the help of Redeemer sympathizers. Yes, regrettably, while our eggs were in the Golden Apple basket, Jack and the Redeemers plundered Palewater instead.
4th bank in as many weeks, and presumably the biggest heist yet.
Magistrate Simon and a lost patrol were dispatched to the scene and killed in the ensuing battle.
It's only a matter of time before the Redeemers' resistance grows into a full-scale rebellion. Ugh. Any day now, my father will awaken from the dark sleep.
Our spies have found out the Redeemer's base, Camelot, is hidden somewhere in the Sleeper's City. Perhaps right under our very noses.
Redeemers kill my police. Our citizens support them. How do we catch these thieves?
Boss, I got a great idea.
I'll decide if it's great, Meanie. Speak.
What about the beast? If anyone can root out Jack and his team of simps, it's the beast.
No. We can't trust the beast. Are you mad?
Yeah? Sorry, just trying to be helpful.
Tweedledee, what do you advise?
What do I advise? Oh, what do I advise? I think we should.
Sorry.
Tweedledee spins like a top to a chorus of "I think we shoulds," then abruptly stops, and his face transforms, appearing younger with brown hair. He's now Tweedledum. Gone is his Shakespearean accent.
Tweedledum, what do you advise?
I think we need a military solution.
Demon Meanie makes a scared face.
That creeps me out every time.
Tweedledum whisks open the double doors of the throne room.
Allow us to introduce General Peter Pan.
Entering on horseback is General Peter Pan, late 20s. As he approaches the throne, Demon Meanie stands at attention. All 7 demons salute General Pan as he salutes back, raising a golden hook with mini spikes instead of a hand.
Ice, Princess.
As you may have heard, I have a proverbial thorn in my side. The Redeemers are continuing to cause disharmony in Dreamworld, and the constant in all this is someone you know very well.
That foolish boy, Jack.
Zooming into the room at a high speed is Dragonfly, a 2-inch woman with fly wings and insect antennas protruding from her head. Dragonfly discharges a trail of fire as she zooms around the room.
You know my associate, Dragonfly?
Dragonfly lands on General Pan's left shoulder and shoots a fireball from her mouth.
A pleasure. Now, General Pan, time is of the essence. The sleeper will rise soon from the dark sleep.
And Jack needs to be found. Find Jack, we find the Redeemers. Find the Redeemers, we find Camelot.
Find Camelot, and we find Mother, and end the resistance once and for all.
End episode 1. In episode number 1, we were introduced to Cassidy Cartwright, the last survivor of Earth, following a tragic event that ended up merging our planet with another, Dreamworld, a realm of living fairy tales and nursery rhymes. Thrust into New Dreamworld, Cassidy met the mysterious Jack and his outlaw team of Redeemers in the hopes they'll help him restore their 2 worlds back to normal, and thus saving his children. Despite their initial doubts, the Redeemers agree to bring Cassidy to Camelot, their secret headquarters, to meet their enigmatic leader, Mother. Episode 2. Exterior, Three Bears Porridge Factory, night. The Redeemers and Cassidy enter through a side door. Interior, Three Bears Porridge Factory, continuous. Unused and outdated huge pieces of cooking equipment for large-scale production in this abandoned factory. The team approaches an industrial-sized mixing bowl.
Are you sure about this, Jack? Taking a stranger to Camelot?
Not really, but Mother will know what to do with them. Let's go.
Mastodon then opens a secret panel in the wall and presses a mysterious red button inside it. Suddenly, the giant mixing bowl moves out of position, revealing a magic staircase spiraling down into the unknown depths below to an unseen tunnel beneath the floor.
You first, stranger.
Cassidy enters, then Jack. Mastodon climbs down halfway and tugs the bowl back to its former position before completely entering the tunnel. Interior, old sewer system, continuous. The team is walking downward toward the end of the tunnel, where a faint guiding light shines.
This is Camelot?
Yeah, you expecting? I'm sorry.
Read a minute and say, Sean, give me even more.
This is Camelot?
This is Camelot?
Yeah. What were you expecting?
They reach the end of the tunnel to see the hidden city of Camelot. Jack, Cassidy, Scarlet, Mastodon, and Wolf enter. Exterior Camelot continuous. Built inside a gigantic underground cavern, Camelot is a village of small cottages surrounding a giant castle largely in ruins. Oil lamp street lanterns light the dirt roads as poor peasants mill about.
Who are they?
The people of Dreamworld who hide from the Sleeper. The people who don't want to live in fear of him or his daughter, the Ice Princess.
That castle?
Legend has it fell from the sky, and that a giant once lived there. Sounds like a fantasy. There's no such thing as a giant.
Scarlet begins to wake up, still groggy.
Yeah,
What happened to Simon?
you.
He was always an arsehole.
As the Redeemers approach the town square,
There's Mother's house. But first things first.
Mastodon rings the square's bell located above a wishing well. Immediately, the Redeemers are rushed by Camelot's begging peasants. The Redeemers begin handing out magic beans to the gathered crowd.
The magic beans you stole. You robbed from the rich.
And give to the poor. Go buy food. Feed your children. Jack, there's so many, it won't be enough.
Then we'll go out again and again until it is. Here, stranger, make yourself useful.
Jack throws Cassidy a bag of magic beans, and he begins distributing to the large crowd of people. Interior living room, close up on a double-barrel shotgun. Pull out to find the gun belongs to Mother, mid-60s, aiming her shotgun at Cassidy's face. Mother is surrounded by dozens of her children of all races, colors, and ages.
Okay, stranger. You could be telling the truth, or you could be certifiably insane. I think it's option 2. It was nice meeting you.
Wait, please. I swear I am from another planet. It's called Earth. Earth and all of its people were turned to stone because of some event that changed the real Dreamworld's timeline.
But you don't know what that event is or when it occurred.
No, on both. Look, I know this sounds crazy.
Well, at least you know that.
I say we just shoot him.
Oh.
Cassidy turns to see Jack with Mastodon and Scarlet standing beside him.
Oh, Jack, be nice.
Tell me you don't believe this nonsense.
I don't know what I believe yet, so until then, be nice.
Says the woman aiming a shotgun at me, no offense.
Well, I haven't shot you yet, have I? Then, keep talking. Tell me if this Father Time had enough magic to bring you here. Why didn't he just change everything back himself?
He doesn't exist anymore. That's why he sent me.
Oh, okay. So, in order to change our dream world back to this real dream world and rescue your Earth from stone, you were chosen by someone who doesn't exist to go back in time to stop an event you don't know from happening.
Of all the people on your planet, why did this Father Time choose you?
I don't know.
Proof, stranger. Do you have any proof? Something tangible?
I have things from my world.
Cassidy opens his wallet.
This is my wallet. Here's some money, driver's license, Banana Republic gift card, cell phone.
Cassidy presents to Mother a photograph of Tessa and Reuben.
My kids.
You have children?
2. Tessa and Reuben both turned to stone. I have to save them. Before they go to bed, I'd read them stories. Stories based on your lives in the real dream world. According to those stories, nothing here is as it should be. And you're not who you're supposed to be.
What are you saying, stranger?
You were different people in the real dream world. Mastodon, you were a true giant, 100 feet tall, living in a castle high on the clouds. That fallen castle outside, that was yours. Jack, You were just a peasant boy. You used to climb a magic beanstalk to Mastodon's castle and steal his golden eggs.
What?
This strikes a chord with everyone in the room.
Wait, that story means something to you, doesn't it?
It means nothing. Right?
What's a magic beanstalk?
It's a beanstalk big enough for a giant to climb on, which you did one day, chasing Jack from your castle.
Cassidy hesitates.
Well, stranger, did I catch him?
No. He reached the bottom first and chopped the beanstalk down while you were still climbing.
Both Jack and Mastodon take the hint.
Are you saying I killed my best friend?
It's all lies.
You said it, Daddy-O. Scarlet, are you getting this?
This is a cruel trick, stranger, especially to the people who just saved your life.
It's no trick. And you were all different people. Scarlet, you never knew Jack and Mastodon, and you weren't a werewolf either.
I've always been a werewolf. I don't like this, Jack.
Me neither, brother. He talks about a world where you and I are enemies.
A world where I'm not a werewolf, where I don't love you, Jack.
A world without the sleeper.
Which presents an interesting possibility to our heroes. After a moment, Alice, 9, enters.
Mother, little blue boy was trying to stick his fingers in the pie.
Oh, he was, huh? Well, I better give him a talking to.
She looks to the kitchen door's window and sees little boy Blue, who is actually a little blue boy, duck out of sight. Mother then raises her glasses and inspects the apple pie.
Put this pie on the windowsill along with the others, then fetch Pinocchio. We'll settle all this talk before supper.
Alice runs into the kitchen as a new voice, Spanish accent, begins talking.
Wait 1 second. Did anyone stop to think he could be a spy?
Find the debonair swashbuckler known as Bluebeard, mid-30s. Bluebeard wears a finely groomed blue goatee and a haggard soldier of the 4th uniform. Held tight in Bluebeard's arms is his girlfriend Staria, mid-20s, sparkly.
He's not a spy, Bluebeard.
How can you be sure?
Mother looks Cassidy up and down, then rams the butt of her shotgun into his stomach. He keels over in pain.
You better not be a spy. Not so long ago, Bluebeard, with you being an ex-soldier of the 4th, we thought that of you. And look how wonderful things turned out. Jack, come with me.
Jack follows her into an adjacent room. Interior Mother's room, night. Present in the room are Jack, Cassidy, and Mother. The door opens to reveal an old handyman, Geppetto, entering. In the background behind him, we hear a clank, metal on hardwood floors approaching. It's footsteps.
Hey, Geppetto.
Hey, Jack.
Where's Pinocchio?
Right behind me, Ma.
Geppetto holds the door wide open as the source of the clanking sound steps into the room. It's Pinocchio, 8, dressed in a schoolboy uniform. His knees are supported by metal braces, and he walks with crutches.
Stranger, this is Geppetto's son, Pinocchio. Pinocchio is one of Mother's very special children.
Pinocchio?
Aside from obvious conditions, my boy's a mute. He hasn't spoken a word since he was born.
But where fate takes away, it also gives, and gives generously.
A knock at the door.
Watch, Pinocchio. Come in.
Little Blue Boy enters.
You wanted to see me, Mother?
If I told you once, I told you 1,000 times, keep your grimy hands out of the pies. That being said, did you try and put your finger in Alice's apple pie?
No.
Pinocchio's nose slowly grows approximately 2 feet. Cassidy is astounded. He's a human lie detector.
All right, fine, I did. Sorry, Mother. Am I in trouble?
No porridge tonight and straight to bed.
Little Blue Boy shoots a mean face to Pinocchio, then leaves. Pinocchio's nose reverts back to normal as Geppetto looks to Cassidy.
My boy, he can sense when someone is lying.
Pinocchio, I need you to concentrate on what this man says. It's very important for Camelot that we know if he's telling the truth.
Pinocchio nods yes.
Okay, stranger, go ahead. And if that nose so much as twitches...
Jack draws his sword, ready to attack Cassidy.
Don't bother running.
Interior Mother's living room, a few moments later. The Redeemers sit assembled in front of the television. Angle on the television where General Pan and Dragonfly stand at a podium for a press conference.
It would seem once again that our fair city is terrorized by Jack and the Redeemers, all in the service of the vile revolutionary mother. Another bank was robbed, but this time there was a large death toll of civilians.
Resume on the Redeemers.
That's a lie. We only killed lost. No citizens were hurt.
General Pan continues his press conference.
All citizens are required to report any Redeemer activity to the Sleepers Army. This operation is completely military.
I love you with the list.
Now, here are a few words from everybody's favorite couple, Jackson and Jillian, owners of the Pale Water Bank.
A title screen in the shape of a heart appears. In the middle of the heart are Jackson and Jillian, late 20s. Jillian is sitting in Jackson's lap. The couple makes out feverishly while taking selfies with their phones. After a few moments, they realize the cameras are rolling and stop kissing.
This is Jackson and Jillian Palewater. Jack and Jill. Since the bank rob today was ours, anyone who relays information to help us capture Jack or any of the Redeemers will receive a hefty reward of
10,000 magic beans.
We go back to the Redeemers as Mother, Jack, Cassidy, Geppetto, and Pinocchio enter the living room.
Years ago, I used to be friendly with Jillian. Since Jackson's accident, when he fell down and lost his crown, she's never been the same.
Turn that crap off.
Scarlet turns off the television.
Children, gather round and listen good. I am convinced the stranger here is telling the truth.
So what does this mean, Mother?
As difficult as it may sound, Staria, our dream world is not the right dream world, not the real dream world that it's supposed to be.
But who's to say what is right?
I know it makes you sad, but if there's a better dream world out there, we owe it to ourselves to find it.
According to the stranger, something happened in dream worlds past.
Something that wasn't supposed to happen.
That made this dream world the way it is. What we have to do is go back in time and find out what happened and stop it.
How are we going to do that? Time travel is impossible.
Not exactly impossible. I know someone who can help us, an old friend from back in the day, Baba Yaga.
The old witch from the Enchanted Forest?
The one and only.
We can't get to her, Mother. All roads and bridges connecting to the Enchanted Forest are heavily guarded. The Sleepers got at least 2 squads of Lost at each checkpoint.
What about the Shepherd? She can guide us.
No, the Shepherd doesn't exist. She's a fairy tale. No pun intended. A blind woman who guides people through the Enchanted Forest.
No. The Shepherd's no fairy tale. Find her and she'll guide you to Baba Yaga. Mastodon, you'll go with Scarlet and Wolf.
What about me? The forest is way too dangerous, even with Scarlet and Mastodon together.
You can't go with them, Jack. You've got the hardest job of all. The ultimate heist. Baba Yaga's no spring chicken, and her power ain't what it used to be. She's gonna need an energy boost for a time-traveling spell, and the only thing with that kind of juice is...
The Sleeper's golden egg.
You want Jack to sneak into the Sleeper's fortress and steal the Sleeper's power egg?
Glad you took a shine to his mission, Bluebeard, because he won't be alone. You and Staria go as second team.
If they're second team, then Jack will need someone to watch his back. Count me in.
Someone, yes, but not you. We don't have a magic beanstalk here. Breaking into the Sleeper's fortress is as tough as it gets.
Then you better make sure this goes right, because there's no way I'm not coming with you.
Jack looks to Mother, who nods her approval.
The man has balls, if nothing else.
Fine, you can come. But do exactly what I say. Don't be a hero.
Stranger, I don't know what you did in your world, but you sure don't look like much of a fighter.
Thanks.
You'll need this.
Hidden under her cooking apron, Mother pulls a half-broken sword and hands it to Cassidy.
It's only half of a sword.
Half is better than none. Don't get yourselves killed.
Look, stranger, if you pass Pinocchio's test, then you must speak the truth. But this is the only home I've ever known, and the idea of it being wrong, it's unbelievable.
Having said that, you still took the mission.
Would your Jack have done any less?
Jack walks off briskly, leaving Cassidy to contemplate this. Exterior mother's house, backyard, night. A garden in bloom overlooking the street where mother's children play. Scarlet sits on a tuffet. Jack approaches.
Hey.
Hey.
Jack takes the tuffet next to her. They're both nervous.
Are you okay?
What are we doing?
I don't know. Trying to save the world?
Somebody else's. If this plan works, we lose everything. We lose each other.
Before, when I was with Mother and the stranger, he told her what she was in the real dream world.
Was it bad?
No. She was the mother of lost children, much as she is now. But in the dream world he described, her children didn't hide underground, starving. None of us did.
Maybe our world is wrong.
Jack moves in closer and takes Scarlet's hand.
Not all of it.
I love you, Jack.
I love you too, Red.
Off Jack and Scarlet kissing, Mastodon approaches.
Time to go, Scarlet. Wolf's getting hungry.
Scarlet walks off, leaving Mastodon alone with Jack.
Watch her, brother.
Scarlet's the last person who needs watching, but I'll do my best. You just watch yourself. Something goes sideways, I won't be there to save you.
Like that time we broke into Hansel and Gretel's fort?
That was close.
Jack laughs.
Give me Jack laughs. I did laugh. I laughed. Jack laughs again.
That was close.
Jack laughs.
I don't see how I could ever kill you. You're my best friend. You're my brother.
And you're mine. See you when I see you, Daddy-o.
Not if I see you first.
Exterior Humpty's Gentlemen's Club, night. A huge line is up front. A pink neon sign flashes, Humpty's, all the king's halls.
Sorry, kids.
It's fine.
Interior Humpty's main room, continuous. Strip club atmosphere. Posters on every wall read, debuting tonight, Cinderella. On the main stage, a spotlight finds Humpty Dumpty, a sleazy, egg-shaped man, 40s, with caked-on layers of face makeup. He holds a thick link chain leading off stage.
Drink up. Please remember to tip your bartenders and waitresses, because they all work hard. Well, folks, we have a special treat tonight. New to Humpty's. Pretty little thing.
Humpty yanks the chain, which is connected to the neck of Cinderella, 18, dragging her out on stage. Cinderella is in a skimpy two-piece bathing suit, shivering and terrified. The crowd goes wild for her.
Give it up for Cinderella.
Humpty whispers in Cinderella's ear.
If you want to eat tonight, you better make this good. You see those guys in the front row? Big shots. A butcher and candlestick maker. Treat them, good.
A sexy song plays. Cinderella begins to dance with the music. The enthusiastic crowd throws magic beans on stage for her. Cut to the bar, where we find Arthur the bartender wearing a My Name is Art name tag, sees Georgie Porgy, late 20s, black on black suit, killer good looks with two scantily clad hot women approach.
Hey, Art.
Arthur passes over a gunny sack of magic beans to Georgie.
What's up, GP? Not even 10 o'clock and you've already cleared about 10,000 magic beans. Sweet. If you'll excuse me, business before pleasure. And pleasure.
Under this, Georgie makes out with one, then the other, then leaves both women and enters a back hallway. Interior Georgie Porgy's office, continuous. Georgie enters, moving directly for his 3-foot-high piggy bank, where the nose houses the safe dial. Georgie opens the safe and dumps the magic bean sack inside.
Georgie Porgy using his safe. I thought you knew better.
Georgie knows that voice. He slams the pig's face closed.
Scarlet Hood. It's been a while. Still the sexiest woman in all of Dreamworld.
Nice place you got here. I heard you became partners with Humpty.
He's a means to an end. I handle the business side, he handles, talent. Still running around with Jack.
Still running around with everyone.
Spoken like a true ex-girlfriend. A man must have comfort. My kiss doesn't exactly make them cry.
Not in front of you anyway. Just weeks later after therapy and they find out how much of a player you are.
As much as I love catching up, Scarlet, tell me, what do you need?
I have to find the shepherd. I know you two were close at one time.
At one time, which was a long time ago. So, the shepherd, huh?
Georgie heads to his minibar and mixes himself a drink.
Remind me, you're 7 and 7?
No, I'm sober. 2 months.
Oh, the power to you.
Thanks. Listen, Georgie, I don't have time for this. Do you know where the shepherd is or not?
We do keep in touch every now and then. But first, if I tell you where she's hiding, you get what you want. But, what about my wants? I still want you, Red.
Under which, Georgie moves into Scarlet for a kiss. Georgie stops when he hears a threatening growl. It's Wolf sitting in between Scarlet's legs with his sharp teeth dangerously close to Georgie's privates.
Is this any way to treat an old friend?
Wolf barks.
No, it's not.
Why should I help you, Scarlet? If the Sleeper or the Ice Princess finds out, they'll kill me.
Mother sent me. Georgie, you owe her. She raised you, or did you forget?
No, I didn't forget. Okay. After this, tell Mother we're even Steven. Also, tell her I miss her. So, where is the shepherd? Where is the shepherd? Maybe try the docks. It's one of the few places the Lost won't go. They hate water.
What about Rumpelstiltskin? His mob still run the docks?
Yeah, and they're no pushovers, and they got no love for Mother or the Redeemers. Scarlet, even if you get past Stiltskin's crew, there's no guarantee you'll ever find the shepherd. Now, she doesn't want to be found.
I have to try.
Whatever's going on, it's not worth all the trouble you're about to get yourself into. Hey, think about it.
Scarlet looks away. Maybe Georgie's right. Interior Humpty's main room, night. Find Mastodon leaning against a wall, completely enamored with Cinderella. Cinderella grinds on the butcher, whose hands immediately begin exploring her body. Humpty yanks Cinderella's chain, dragging her off Butcher and back onto the stage. She's humiliated. Humpty smiles. Mastodon simmers.
If you want more of this, but pay the price. And no credit cards, please. Just magic beans. Find out why they call her Cinderella.
Then Humpty and Cinderella disappear off stage. Interior backstage hallway, night. Humpty's trying to kiss Cinderella.
I paid 1,000 magic beans for you, sweetie. I want a little return on my investment.
Please, stop.
Humpty smacks Cinderella in the face.
Still waiting for your prince to come. Not in this lifetime, sweet thing. Give it up. You know you want Humpty.
No.
Bitch.
Humpty cocks back for a second blow. His arm's forward progress is halted by Mastodon.
I wouldn't do that if I were you.
Oh, no? Who the hell are you?
Someone who's going to teach you a lesson. Didn't anyone ever tell you it's not nice to hit people?
Mastodon punches Humpty in the jaw, sending him through the hallway wall and into a dressing room. Humpty's out cold.
Damn, that wasn't even my best punch. You okay?
My face stinks, but it could have been worse. My eyes know you. Big and strong. The giant from the Redeemers.
Yeah, they call me Mastodon.
Under which Scarlet and Wolf walk over. She sees Humpty on the floor unconscious.
Difference of opinion?
Big difference.
We better roll. This place will be hot in a few minutes.
Mastodon extends his hand. Cinderella winces, as would anyone who has been beaten most of their lives. Cinderella cautiously grabs Mastodon's hand.
Do you have anywhere to go?
I'm Humpty's property. He owns me.
No one owns you. Not anymore.
Interior Humpty's later that night. Humpty's at Georgie's corner of the bar, holding an ice pack to his head. Arthur cleans bar glasses.
You all right, Humpty?
I got sucker punched by some big oaf. How do you think I feel?
Well, I got something to tell you that'll make you feel better. Information. That big oaf wasn't just any big oaf. That was the Mastodon.
The Mastodon?
He showed up with Scarlet and she met with Georgie. Feel better now.
Better than having an apple a day. I feel 10,000 magic beans richer. Arthur, you're a king. Now get me Jackson and Jillian.
Interior sewer, night. In an underground tunnel, Jack and Cassidy walk and talk. Bluebeard and Staria follow behind a few feet.
You should have stayed back in Camelot, stranger. Leave this kind of operation to the professionals.
Not a chance. I'll do anything to save my world and my kids, because my kids are my world.
I suppose, besides having kids, you have a wife also?
Cassidy nods, then gets choked up.
I do. Did. She died right before everything changed.
I'm sorry to hear that.
After a moment,
my kids don't even know. I didn't have the time to tell them.
According to your books, did I have a family?
Yes. Everything you did was for them.
And what did I do exactly?
Well, these soldier families only cow to a man for a handful of magic beans.
I sound like a stupid kid for believing such a story.
There's a stupid kid in all of us who wants to believe, Jack.
Cassidy nods. Angelon, Staria, and Bluebeard.
What do you think of the stranger's story, Bluebeard?
Compelling for sure. But I still don't trust him.
Exterior, the Sleeper's fortress, the castle, night. Camera pans down slowly from the Sleeper's mighty castle to the office building it rests upon. Dozens of soldiers of the 4th patrol the office building's entrance. Suited men and women, geared up for the work night, are on 2 huge parallel lines to pass security checkpoints to enter. In the first line, the Lost Boy guards stop a suited man carrying a shiny metal briefcase and check him over. It's Jack in disguise. His scarred eye shielded by dark sunglasses.
You're free to move along.
Next up is Cassidy, also in disguise.
You're free to move along.
Cut to the second huge line, where we see Bluebeard and Staria in disguise. They get waved in by the Lost and enter the office building. Interior office building lobby continuous. Jack and Cassidy follow the herd of workers to the elevators and inconspicuously link up with Bluebeard and Staria. When an elevator arrives, the 4 Redeemers enter. Bluebeard turns to the other suits trying to enter behind them.
You might want to catch the next one. This one's all filled up.
The elevator doors close. As the Lost operates the elevator's controls.
What floor?
Penthouse.
The elevator takes off. Jack pulls his sunglasses off and dons his traditional eye patch.
Hi.
The Lost realizes Jack's true identity. Bluebeard bonks the Lost over the head, knocking him unconscious. He then pulls out a roll of black electrical tape.
Don't forget to tape the wings.
Bluebeard binds the Lost's hands, legs, wings, and mouth. The Redeemers pull off their disguises to reveal their normal clothes underneath. The elevator reaches the top floor.
Now what?
Sneak up into the castle, steal the golden egg, try not to get caught.
Nothing too complicated, I suppose.
Bluebeard punches out the elevator ceiling panel.
Above the elevator shaft is a set of service tunnels that separate the fortress from the building.
And that leads up to the castle?
It puts us directly underneath.
Jack opens his silver briefcase, and Cassidy and the Redeemers take their weapons.
Come and get it.
Jack and Bluebeard swipe the swords and knives. Cassidy grabs his half-sword, and Staria takes the bow with no visible bowstring.
Your bow. It doesn't have a string.
Staria pulls back where the bowstring would be, and a thin blue energy bowstring appears along with a blue energy arrow.
It doesn't need one.
Interior, the castle kitchen, night. The baker carefully lays a giant 10-layer cake on a steel tray as he converses with a living 5-inch silver spoon. Spoon has legs, arms, and an evil grin.
When the sleeper wakes up, this'll be the highlight of the first feast. Mark my words. Say, I have a few friends I'm meeting at Humpty's tonight. You want to come with?
Through a grating in the floor, we see Jack and the Redeemers listening.
Yeah, why not? I've been something of a curmudgeon lately.
Baker and the spoon head...
Sounded a bit more like a fork than a spoon. I don't know.
Is that what's necessary? Yeah, why not? I've been something of a curmudgeon lately.
Baker and the spoon head out, shutting the light and the door on their exit. After a beat, the grating in the floor opens, and the Redeemers climb up into the room.
Not that I don't love Mother's cooking, but something in here smells delicious. Oh, good call on entering through the kitchen, Jack.
Yeah, no guards are ever posted near the kitchen.
Staria runs to the kitchen door and looks out its window into the hallway.
Shh! Someone's coming.
Angle out in the hallway through the door's window. Baker escorts a dozen soldiers of the 4th to guard the kitchen, now with their backs to the door.
Until I return, the kitchen is closed. Understand?
Yes, sir!
Baker and Spoon move off. Resume on the Redeemers. The team is huddled near the oven.
No guards ever posted at the kitchen, huh, Jack? Now, how do we get to the sleeper's chambers?
Well, time for a little improvisation, Daddy-O. Look, Jack, there's a dumbwaiter.
Cassidy points to dumbwaiter at the far end of the room.
The sleeper's chamber has to be on the top floor, right?
Not the worst idea I've ever heard, stranger. Okay, Bluebeard, Staria, give us 10 minutes.
Exterior, Humpty's Club, night. To establish. Interior, large storeroom. Close on a couple making out, night. Pull out to find the sexy couple, Jackson and Jillian. They're sitting on the bottom of a wooden staircase making out. Over their lustful moment, we hear the grunts and winces of a man being beaten.
Come on, Marion. You're outclassed.
The face. Was it bad?
It was good.
I was already.
Come on, man. You're outclassed.
Yeah, give up! Don't be a hero!
Jackson and Jillian stop kissing.
Think we should have called General Pan? I hear this is a military operation now.
God, no. And give that uncharismatic bore our press? When the sleeper finds out we captured the Redeemers, he'll love us.
Yeah, we'll be even hotter than we are now.
Come here.
Jackson and Jillian start kissing again.
Come on, Georgie, start walking.
Jackson pulls away from the kiss, annoyed.
How long is this gonna take, Humpty? We have dinner plans tonight, sushi, and then a little rub-a-dub-dub with 3 men in a hot tub.
Pull out to find we're in a basement storeroom. Humpty lurches over the 3 pigs, giant man-sized pigs who stand on their hind hoofs, as they beat on Georgie Porgy. Georgie's hands and feet are tied to a chair.
I'm sorry, but the pigs are doing all I can. It appears Georgie is a lover and a fighter.
Is that so? Maybe I need to handle this personally.
Go get him, Tiger.
Jackson walks over to Georgie.
Oh my God, this is so annoying. Georgie, cut the crap here, pal, and tell us where the Redeemers were headed. Or I'll have the pigs beat your stinking head in, capiche?
Nothing from Georgie. The pigs laugh.
Well, I tried. Diplomacy's overrated. Pigs!
The 3 pigs go back to working Georgie over. All of a sudden, the air in the storeroom turns icy cold, enough to where the pigs can see their own breath. Oblivious, Jackson and Jillian continue making out.
Jackson, get your hands out of my skirt. They're too cold.
But both of Jackson's hands are caressing her face.
Not my hands, babe.
As they both realize and jump apart, Demon Sleazy pops up from under Jillian's skirt.
How about a threesome?
Ugh, gross.
Clunk, clunk, clunk. Then the ceiling is ripped up by the rest of the seven, creating a large hole. The Ice Princess, General Pan, and the demons jump down into the storeroom.
Is this a private party, or can anybody beat on That's Not the Words? Is this a private party, or can anybody beat on Georgie?
General Pan and Ice Princess, what a great surprise. We were just about to call you, right?
Dragonfly steps out from her hiding place behind a crate of alcohol and takes her normal perch on General Pan's left shoulder. Ice Princess aims her right arm at both Jackson and Jillian.
You two are very, very disappointing. And to be perfectly honest, your constant PDA makes single people want to, throw up.
A red energy bolt strikes Jackson fatally in the chest. His lifeless body thumps to the floor.
You killed my boyfriend. Big mistake, bitch. Pigs, take her.
Is he talking to
us?
The three pigs ignore Jillian's order. Jillian now realizes she's toast.
Ice Princess, please. It was all Jackson. I wanted to call General Pan, but...
Dragonfly spits a fireball at her head, almost nailing her.
Ah! Stop that! It really wasn't my fault. I love the way you dress.
Can I have her, boss? I mean, blondes taste so much better.
She's all yours. Bring a friend.
Ah! No.
Horrified, Jillian runs up the staircase.
See? It is a threesome.
Oh, yeah, pick me. 1 potato, 2 potato, 3 potato. Oh, hell, Sleazy. Let's go. Last one to the blonde is a rotten egg.
Creepy and Sleazy split after Jillian.
Ew.
Save me a thigh.
As Ice Princess raises her hand, aiming at Humpty and the three pigs.
Now, Humpty, since your former employers no longer exist, let us talk about your career options.
My pigs and I humbly turn our services over to you, Ice Princess. Scarlet Hood and Mastodon will not live past tonight's moon.
And if you fail?
Are we gonna fail, pigs?
By the hair of our chin.
Dragonfly releases 2 consecutive fireballs in the air.
What's her problem?
Dragonfly's antennas extend to double their length, as if she's receiving a transmission. The transmission ends, and Dragonfly turns into General Pan's ear and whispers. Then...
Ice Princess, there may be a security breach at the fortress. Tweedledum humbly requests your presence to address the situation.
Alas, Princess, there is one problem that still lingers. Georgie won't talk, and, only he knows where the Redeemers are headed.
General Pan, put your hook to good use. You have, 5 minutes.
General Pan walks toward Georgie, leading menacingly with his hook. Georgie looks terrified. Exterior Humpty's night. The Ice Princess and the Seven sit patiently in front of the Ice Princess's stretch limousine pumpkin carriage. 8 black stallions with no heads, headless horses stand at its front. As General Pan walks over, cleaning blood off his hook.
The Redeemers are headed to the docks, apparently looking for the shepherd.
Did they wish to visit the Enchanted Forest? Why? I wonder.
Wander on the road. It's time to go, madam. This way to a wild ride.
Meanie guides Ice Princess into the carriage. The rest of her entourage enter behind her. Meanie jumps to the carriage driver's seat and grabs the reins.
Ladies and gentlemen, please fasten your seatbelts. This will be a non-smoking flight. Refreshments are on the way and operators are standing by.
The carriage darts off in a speedy blur. Exterior the city, random streets. The carriage cuts through the city streets at a blinding speed, smash all the windows of the buildings in its wake until they reach the entrance of the Sleepers' Fortress. Meanie bypasses the front entrance and directs the carriage to a vertical climb up the side of the office building until it reaches the castle. Exterior castle, large courtyard. The Ice Princess's carriage comes soaring over the wall, landing effortlessly in front of a classic stone fountain located in the center of the courtyard. Tweedledum scurries over as Ice Princess and company step from the carriage.
Tweedledum, hi. Make fast your report.
Apparently, an elevator has been offline and trapped on the top floor of the office building.
This is about an offline elevator?
After viewing the fortress's schematics, there is a teeny tiny way to sneak into the castle from the office building's elevator shafts into the Sleepers' Fortress through the kitchen.
Who in this realm would be stupid enough to break into the Sleepers' own fortress?
After a beat, they all realize.
Jack.
Want us to sniff him out, boss?
No, not this time. This deserves something else. Something special. Now, Meanie, we call out the beast and watch them all suffer.
Thanks for the credit, boss. I'm choking up. And I promised myself I wouldn't cry.
Gross.
End episode 2. In the last episode, Cassidy presented his case to the Redeemers' leader, Mother, who devised a plan to return Dreamworld and Earth back to normal. The plan involves 2 parts. Scarlet and Mastodon must seek out the time-traveling witch Baba Yaga, while Jack and Cassidy are set on a mission to sneak into the Sleeper's castle and steal his golden egg. However, tensions rise as the Redeemers infiltrate the Sleeper's fortress, facing unexpected opposition from the Ice Princess, who prepares to unleash her ultimate weapon, the fearsome beast, to capture our heroes. Episode 3. Interior the Beast's bedroom, night. Ice Princess, the 7 demons, General Hook, and Dragonfly enter to find the Beast sitting at a desk reading by candlelight. The Beast is a thin, bald, scrawny man in his mid-40s wearing glasses.
Princess?
Beast. He doesn't look so bad, sleazy.
Oh, trust me, bro. Clear the hallways. This is gonna get ugly.
Ice Princess, this is a surprise. Unless you found Beauty.
We have come across information that would lead us to believe Beauty was kidnapped by Jack and the Redeemers. But where she's being held is still a mystery.
You promised to find her. Why would you come to me if you didn't find her? Why? Answer me! Why?
Oh, because Jack's here now.
He is?
He and some of the Redeemers snuck into the castle. Only my troops cannot find them.
Oh, I can find them.
Oh, I know you can. But not as you. We need the other you, the more dangerous, animalistic you.
Under which Ice Princess hands the Beast a black choker necklace with a hanging yellow ruby.
Jack will tell me where Beauty is. And by his heart, she had better be safe.
The Beast places the necklace around his neck, and a startling transformation occurs. His feet become hooves, his hands grow into sharp claws, his torso expands, and his face becomes hideous with a smoking snout and large, sharp teeth. Demon Sleazy covers his eye.
Oh, I told you it was gonna get ugly.
I'm sure Beauty's safe and closer than you might think.
The camera moves closer on the yellow ruby. Trapped within the ruby itself, we see a beautiful young woman with long flowing blonde hair. This is the fabled Beauty. Exterior import sector, docks, night. 15-foot gates with barbed wire tops run the length of the docks, leaving an old brick tunnel the only entrance. Our team of redeemers, Scarlet, Mastodon, Cinderella, and Wolf, stand in front of the tunnel admiring the Do Not Enter signs posted along its entrance.
Even if we find the shepherd, will she help us?
Because she hates the sleeper more than us, I can tell you that.
Yeah. They say she used to work for him, growing his magic beans. One day, a few sheep from her farm got lost, ran into the fields, and ate all the magic beans down to the root. The sleeper was so angry that she didn't see what happened. He used his dark magic to take away her sight. Forever. But I hear it did something else to her, too.
As they all consider this,
Speaking of sight, unfriendly eyes watch us.
Mastodon pulls his fisted Gatling gun and Scarlet her crossbow. The team enters the tunnel. Interior 100-foot-long brick tunnel continuous. Burnt-out cars, trash, and small garbage can fires. The sight of the Redeemers sends the tunnel's homeless peasants into hiding. Once the Redeemers reach the end of the tunnel and step onto the docks, they see 10 piers, all abandoned.
Looks like nobody's been here in years.
Suddenly, 2 metal gates slam closed, sealing off the tunnel's entrance and trapping the Redeemers on the docks. The Redeemers see 2 little people padlock the gates closed.
We're trapped.
Ain't that the understatement of the year?
Scarlet, Mastodon, Cinderella, and Wolf witness dozens of suit-wearing little people known as the Stiltskin Mob emerge from hidden positions. Their leader is the dapper Don himself, Rumpelstiltskin, 40s.
Weapons on the floor, Scarlet. Now.
Rumpelstiltskin.
You tripped an alarm, woke me up from a nap, and I haven't been sleeping well lately. Anyway, it looks like you're lost. The Enchanted Forest is over there. The city's over there. The docks, well, they're mine.
We're not looking for a fight.
Smart girl. I know you're not with the sleeper. We would have fried you at first sight. Turn around and go home. No harm done.
We can't do that, Stillskin. We need to find the shepherd, and we know she's on the docks.
You want to poke around my docks for the shepherd? There is no shepherd. She's just a pipe dream. So hit the road!
Stiltskin cocks his gun's hammer, and so do his boys. After a moment, Wolf howls as a thick grey mist settles over the end of the pier, where a hooded figure now stands. Wolf jumps off to intercept.
Oh, now you're gone and done it.
Cut to the end of the pier, where we see Wolf striding aggressively toward a hooded, ghost-like figure. He's growling, ready to attack. But the figure extends their hand, and Wolf suddenly halts, then lies down playfully. The hooded figure lowers her hood, revealing a blind woman mid-30s with a single pink hair ribbon wrapped around her head, covering over her blind eyes. This is Little Bo Peep, also known as the Shepherd.
Hello, my furry friend. You carry the smell of Camelot.
The Shepherd looks towards Stiltskin and the Redeemers.
Come. Let us join the others.
The Shepherd grabs her shepherd's staff and walks the pier with Wolf.
The shepherd?
Hey, boss! Stay out of sight. I don't know if it's safe.
Stillskin, you work for the shepherd?
Hey. Everyone works for someone.
Scarlet whispers to Mastodon.
I can't believe she's real.
The shepherd violently swings her staff at Scarlet, the hook on the end stopping an inch from her face.
I recognized you as Mother's children, Scarlet Hood. That is why I revealed myself to you.
Hello, Shepherd.
That strong voice can only be the legendary Mastodon.
The shepherd looks from Mastodon to Cinderella and smiles.
You have a new companion. A young one. So pretty. So afraid. Don't be frightened, child.
My name is Cinderella.
I am the shepherd. And you wish to make a journey through the Enchanted Forest. Do you not?
Exterior building continues. Across from the docks, on a building's rooftop, we find Humpty Dumpty spying on the shepherd, Scarlet Hood, the rest of the Redeemers through a set of binoculars. Next to him are the 3 pigs with an armory at their feet.
Ain't that cute? They're all becoming fast friends.
Pig number 2 loads a pig-headed mortar shell into a mortar.
This is just the thing. Perfect for every occasion. Take them all out in one. Salvo.
Why would the Redeemers want to head into the Enchanted Forest?
They, rhetorical bows?
Only thing in the forest are bears. Peasants who don't want to pay taxes to the sleeper and, that nasty witch, Baba Yaga.
Exterior the docks continuous.
I don't know, boss. I never liked the Redeemers much. Who do they think they are? Stealing magic beans, living in Camelot? Highfalutin, I tell ya.
A faint whistling sound in the distance. It's getting louder, closer.
Stiltskin, get your men away from the crates. It sounds like... Incoming!
A pig rocket explodes nearby some crates. Stiltskin pulls out a spyglass and pans the skyline for the rocket's origin. He finds Humpty and the pig's rooftop.
They're above the tunnel! Top of that building! Light them up, boys!
Stiltskin's mob opens up the building's roof. Another pig rocket blows up more crates on the dock. Mastodon returns fire from his mini Gatling gun.
I know these guys. The 3 pigs. Work for Jackson and Jillian. They're animals. Literally and figuratively. Protect the shepherd!
Which Mastodon does, also pulling in Cinderella as more pig rocket explosions intensify.
Please, Shepherd, we need to find Baba Yaga in the Enchanted Forest. Can you help us?
Your mission is urgent. Urgent enough to ring Jackson and Jillian's assassins.
Yes.
Then I will take you. Baba Yaga trained me at her house after the sleeper took my sight. I know its location like the back of my hand.
After a beat, the shelling stops.
No more bombs?
That means ground assault. Guard the tunnel! They're gonna make a push!
Stiltskin's men take positions toward the inside of the tunnel, aiming their guns at the tunnel's gated entrance.
If you're gonna go, go now. I can handle the other white meat.
Thank you, Stiltskin.
Just protect the boss, Red. She's a special lady.
I'll be back, old friend.
And I'll be waiting.
Come, Mother's children, this way.
We follow the shepherd as she leads Mastodon, Cinderella, Scarlet, and the wolf into a small rowboat. Mastodon begins rowing. Off-screen, we hear a heavy barrage of gunfire. Then multiple explosions originate from where Stiltskin and his mob were positioned. No one could have survived that attack. The shepherd, Scarlet, and Mastodon realize what has occurred. Stiltskin and his men are dead. She lowers her head, but there is little time to mourn. Interior the sleeper's sanctum, night. We're in the king's royal bedchamber. Close on a man's pair of boots in an enclosed clear glass casket. The camera moves slowly up the man's body until it reaches the man's white bearded face. This is the sleeper.
That's him. Helpless as a child. In the midst of his dark sleep.
A dark sleep?
All dark sorcerers must take the dark sleep to replenish their magic and recommit themselves to dark sorcery. The dark sleep makes him strong, but it's the power of the golden egg that makes the sleeper invincible.
Jack and Cassidy now hover over the golden egg, the size of a Fabergé egg, which rests on a pedestal with wires running to the sleeper's casket.
It's known to amplify magical energy. In the sleeper's case, it magnified his powers enough to conquer all of Dreamworld and force the rest of us underground.
Where did it come from?
It's silly, really. I mean, Mother says there was a goose that laid golden power eggs.
It's not so silly. I've heard stories about that goose.
Yeah, I guess you would have.
Jack takes the golden egg and hands it to Cassidy.
Take the egg to Bluebeard and Staria.
What about you?
Jack draws his sword, indicating his desire to kill the sleeper while he's sleeping.
I'm going to end this war once and for all.
Jack, you can't be serious.
It's no less than he deserves.
Killing in a fight is one thing, but this is murder.
Yeah. So, do you know how many people the sleeper has killed?
We now cut to interior kitchen, night. Outside the kitchen, the soldiers of the 4th march away from the kitchen door. Watching them go from the kitchen door's window is Bluebeard. Concerned, Bluebeard peels himself from his lookout post.
The soldiers left Jack. This isn't good. Maybe that baker is coming back.
A slight cracking sound is heard from the dumbwaiter shaft.
You hear that?
The dumbwaiter lands. Staria opens the dumbwaiter's door to find Cassidy holding the golden egg.
Where's Jack?
Still in the sleeper's chamber. He wanted to...
I know what he wants to do. He's got 5 minutes, and then we leave without him.
Suddenly, Bluebeard hears something strange, a large, gruesome growl outside the door. He turns to see the beast's face pop into the kitchen door's window. Yikes! The beast smashes through the door and into the kitchen. Staria fires an energy arrow from her bow, which hits the beast, jolting him with an electric charge, but it doesn't stop it.
Stranger, get the egg to Mother.
Cassidy runs for the floor grating, but the beast jumps in the way and shoves Cassidy down, causing him to fumble the egg high in the air. Bluebeard catches it like a football. Staria knocks the baker's cake in the beast's face, then helps Cassidy to his feet.
Are you all right?
Holy What is that thing, Bluebeard?
The beast! Run! Into the hallway, now!
As Cassidy and Staria enter the hallway, Bluebeard stuffs the golden egg under his shirt, draws his sword, and faces off for the beast. The beast lets out a giant roar. His monstrous hooves stomp the ground. He's preparing to charge Bluebeard.
This doesn't look good. I'm all for an honorable fight, but there is also honor in a strategic retreat.
Bluebeard then runs into the hallway. The beast follows. The chase is on. Interior hallway continues. Cassidy, Staria, and Bluebeard run fast with the beast hot on their heels. As they enter the grand hallway, Bluebeard sees a giant chandelier kept hanging by a rope tied to the wall. As Bluebeard passes the rope, he slices it with his sword. The chandelier plummets and is about to crush the approaching beast. As the Redeemers enter another hallway, they hear a giant smash of broken glass. Cassidy, Bluebeard, and Staria take a moment to catch their breath.
Do you think that stopped him?
The beast crashes into the hallway through a stained-glass window.
I don't think so.
Cassidy, Bluebeard, and Staria dash quickly out of the hallway. The beast, however, instead of following with his normal ferocity, slowly walks his pursuit. Exterior, the courtyard, continuous. Cassidy, Bluebeard, and Staria run into the castle's courtyard, where they've walked into a trap. Now surrounding our heroes are dozens of soldiers of the 4th and flying lost. The path from which they come is blocked by the beast, and to make matters worse, entering the courtyard now is Ice Princess, the 7, General Pan, and Dragonfly. Bluebeard, Staria, and Cassidy move to the courtyard's fountain. Ice Princess considers the heroes.
Look what we have here. Wait. Ugh, one of you is missing. Where is he? Where's Jack?
We now cut to interior, the sleeper's sanctum, continuous. As Jack opens the glass casket, ready to strike.
If this is murder, so be it.
Jack raises his sword and strikes the sleeper's neck, but the sword passes through the sleeper's body as if it's an illusion. Then, piercing red eyes appear in the shadows behind Jack.
Hi, Jack.
Before Jack can turn around, he's blasted in the back with a red force bolt, sending him through the window and out into the courtyard.
Bye, Jack.
Exterior courtyard continuous. Jack's body lands in the fountain. Staria runs over to examine him.
How is he?
The water softened the fall, but he's out cold.
As Story attends to Jack, the sleeper levitates into the courtyard. The sleeper is about 8 feet tall with a perfectly trimmed white beard.
Staria, forget about Jack for now.
Why?
General Pan has grabbed Cassidy and is levitating in midair with his hook pressed against Cassidy's neck. Cassidy drops his half-sword to the ground. It lands in front of Bluebeard.
Now I have something of yours, Bluebeard.
Bluebeard places the golden egg above his head.
Father, he has the golden egg.
Stand down, old man, or your battery here ends up in 1,000 pieces.
A futile proposal, since you lack even Jack's courage. No, you will not destroy the egg because for some reason you and your companions need it. Bearing the same logic, you will return the egg to me as to not risk the unnecessary death of your new friend here, the stranger.
No, I will smash the egg, and all your lust and all your men will never put it back together again.
Bluebeard then lets the egg fall.
You fool!
But then he kicks it back up to his hands.
I told you I wasn't bluffing. Release this stranger. Do it now.
Here are my terms. The stranger's life for my egg, and go in peace.
Don't trust him, Bluebeard. Take the egg and get out of here.
If the stranger dies, then the hope of changing Dreamworld back dies with him. At least if the egg is returned, we know it's safe.
What about Jack?
Oh, he goes to the dungeons. That's non-negotiable.
Bluebeard holds out the golden egg. It's a deal. Demon Gropey flies over, grabs it, and returns it to the sleeper. The egg glows a dull black in the sleeper's presence.
Here, King. And I might say you look well rested.
Thank you, Gropey.
Okay, sleeper. You can have the egg.
General Pan looks to the sleeper, awaiting his orders.
I wonder, stranger, what importance do you play in the Redeemers stealing my golden egg? This will require some thought. Well, I'm afraid I must make an addendum to our agreement, Bluebeard. The stranger stays.
No.
Jeez, even the stranger saw that one coming, and he's a complete fool.
The sleeper's eyes power up, ready to blast Bluebeard and Staria.
Go now or incur my wrath. Tweedledee, escort them out of the fortress at once.
Don't go beating yourself up over this. It was a lose-lose situation.
Tweedledee, backed by a squad of soldiers of the 4th, ushers Bluebeard and Staria out of the courtyard.
The 7, take Jack and the stranger to a cell at once.
The 7 demons grab Jack and Cassidy and drag them off.
A bold display, Father, and Gropey's right. You do look well rested.
The sleeper backhands Ice Princess in the face.
And you look weak and foolish. In my absence, the Redeemers still live and almost escaped with my golden egg.
The Redeemers were trapped and going nowhere. Their possession of the egg changed nothing.
Perhaps. Perhaps not.
For the record, it was you who just let 2 of their number escape.
Oh, child. You doubt me? The result of having a self-absorbed daughter instead of a strong-willed son. Dragonfly, pursue and observe.
Dragonfly releases a fireball, then buzzes off to follow Bluebeard and Staria.
They'll return to Camelot. To Mother.
Of course they will.
Interior, the enchanted forest, night. Lightning bugs create a gentle buzz. Vibrant flowers sway, and majestic redwood trees form a picturesque and whimsical landscape in this magical place. We find Wolf leading Mastodon, Scarlet, Cinderella, and the shepherd toward a steep mountain where the path splits into opposite directions. 2 signs posted above each path. Both signs say the same thing. This way to Baba Yaga's house.
Is this some kind of joke?
It could take days, and we'd be on the wrong path. Unless we split up.
Baba Yaga is a crafty old witch. You'll find when dealing with her, always look at the least likely option.
The shepherd swings her staff directly into the steep mountain. It passes through the rocky wall unharmed. The steep mountain is nothing more than an illusion.
After you.
One by one, the Redeemers enter the steep mountain illusion. Exterior steep mountain illusion. Baba Yaga's castle continues. Baba Yaga's castle is a combination of a brown colonial mansion and a medieval castle. Scarlet Hood, Wolf, Mastodon, Cinderella, and the shepherd enter the front yard.
Baba Yaga's castle.
Is that gingerbread?
From the ceiling to the walls.
I like the smell very much.
Yeah, Cinderella. It's making me hungry. Come on.
Mastodon walks toward the castle, but the shepherd stops him.
Be still, my giant friend. Baba Yaga has a guardian. The Prince of Frogs. He should have greeted us by now.
Look, there's someone on the porch.
On the porch of the castle is a beaten Prince Frog, a creature with the head and limbs of a frog attached to the torso of a man.
Prince Frog, can you hear me?
There's no response from Prince Frog.
He's unconscious. Or worse.
Check for a heartbeat.
I would if I knew where his heart was.
The Redeemers hear the ignition roar of a fire.
Listen, it's a fire coming from the back of the house.
Mastodon draws his fisted mini Gatling gun, Scarlet her crossbow. The team heads toward the back of the castle. Exterior Baba Yaga's backyard, a few moments later. A bonfire burns bright as Humpty Dumpty stands over Baba Yaga, who's tied to a skewer about to be roasted over an open fire. The Redeemers stop at the backyard's entrance.
Glad to see you weren't fooled by your little magic show either.
The three pigs step out of the forest from behind Humpty.
Welcome to our barbecue. We'll be serving roasted old witch. By the looks of it, there's plenty to go around.
Let her go, Humpty.
Sorry, big fella. You already took one of my broads. You ain't taking this one.
Boom! A small explosion occurs near Mastodon.
Sniper!
Pig number 3 uses a slingshot of sling exploding baseball-sized rocks at our heroes. The other pigs pull similar weapons, forcing the Redeemers to hide behind a giant boulder.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. Can't say much for my gun, though. It's mincemeat.
Mastodon discards his mini Gatling gun, which has a shard of rock wedged in its barrel.
These guys have way too much firepower for a head-on charge. We'll take a pounding.
We need a distraction.
Allow me. I'll draw their attention to the forest.
Mastodon is skeptical of what the shepherd can do.
You must look beyond what you can see, Mastodon. Once you do, you'll see more than you ever thought possible.
Of course, Shepherd.
Wolf, we'll handle those pigs. You go free Baba Yaga, understand?
Wolf growls.
Good boy. All right, Shepherd. Let's do it.
In a blur of superhuman speed, the shepherd darts off into the forest, dodging a hailstorm of mystic rocks.
The shepherd's fleeing into the forests, my little pigs. Time to get up close and very personal.
I'll huff, and I'll puff, and I'll kick her face in.
Pig number 1 follows the shepherd, while Mastodon picks up a large boulder and hurls it at the 2 remaining pigs, scattering them.
Good work, Mastodon. Now, let's press the attack.
Scarlet, Mastodon, and Cinderella charge Humpty's position as the pigs regroup. Pig number 3 shoots an exploding rock in front of Scarlet. The blast sends her flying through the back door of the castle.
Scarlet!
Distracted, Mastodon receives 2 pig hooves in the chest from pig number 2. The blow launches Mastodon into the forest. Cut to interior enchanted forest, night. As pig number 1 walks through the forest slowly in search of the shepherd.
Hey, Shepherd, where you at? I ain't gonna hurt you much.
Said as he smashes a small rock with his mighty hoof.
You can't hide forever!
Under which the shepherd appears behind him. As she's about to attack him, pig number 1 turns around.
Thought you could sneak up on me? Bad move!
The shepherd hits pig number 1 in the crotch with her staff. He falls to the ground, writhing with pain.
Got you for this! On my honor as a pig!
You're not a pig, my friend. You're just a lost little sheep. I know this because even though the sleeper took my sight, his magic somehow still allows me to see. I can see people for who they really are.
The shepherd uses the hook at the end of her staff and hooks him by the neck.
Here, let me show you your true self. Get ready to experience the blinding light of the shepherd's sight.
A radiant glow of pure white energy passes from the shepherd through her staff and into pig number 1. As a result, pig number 1 experiences a rush of images and flashbacks from his life. Him beating up peasants. Him chopping off a male's head with a huge battle axe. These images replay themselves faster and faster until...
Make it stop! Please make it stop!
End flashbacks as pig number 1 falls to the floor crying hysterically.
Oh, God! I'm such a jerk! What am I? What kind of pig have I become? Oh.
Excuse me, let me wipe up.
It smells like bacon in here. Spin off. What a ham.
Pig number 1, the
What a ham.
Beautiful story.
Amazing.
We now cut to interior clearing in the forest, night, where we find pig number 2 walking forward on his hands, leading with his deadly hoofs, jackhammering at the backpedaling mastodon.
I'm gonna get ya! I'm gonna get ya!
I don't think so, pig.
Mastodon grabs one of pig number 2's hoofs and slams him against a giant redwood.
Ouch. That's gotta hurt.
We now cut to interior gingerbread house, living room, night, as pig number 3 ravages through all of it in his hunt to find Scarlet.
Scarlet, come out. Come out wherever you are.
A woman's humming from the next room. Pig number 3 hears this.
You're just like my girlfriend. Can't keep her app shut.
Pig number 3 sees Scarlet sitting Indian-style behind a sofa in her pre-werewolf trance.
No way, Missy. I heard you got a wild side.
Pig number 3 breaks her trance by picking her up and throwing her through the living room window. Scarlet lands on Baba Yaga's front porch and begins crawling down the porch stairs. Pig number 3 jump steps onto the porch and charges at Scarlet.
Now for the coup de Gracie.
Don't change it.
Pig number 3 is about to ram Scarlet when into view leaps Prince Frog, now conscious. Prince Frog grabs Scarlet and jumps her out of harm's way.
Prince Frog. Wow. Thanks. I thought you croaked.
All evidence to the contrary.
Prince Frog and Scarlet land on a high-up branch in a nearby tree. Scarlet takes a seat.
Are you hurt, Lady Scarlet?
I'll live, kind sir.
Hey, Slimy, come down from that tree so I can finish you off.
If you will excuse me, milady, I have a foul-mouthed pig to thrash.
Prince Frog then leaps high in the air and lands right next to pig number 3, draws his sword and decapitates pig number 3. After a moment, Prince Frog sheaths his sword and leaps back up to Scarlet.
Thanks for the save, Prince. You're a good man.
Oh, if only I were a man. But at least I'm a good frog. Anyway, Baba Yaga said you'd be coming. Let me take a guess. You're here to tell us about the real dream world, or that this isn't the real dream world. Oh, she's been waiting for you.
What, does she have a crystal ball?
Well, actually, she has quite a few. One for every season.
A woman's scream coming from the back of the castle.
Can you get us back there?
Oh yes. Hold on.
Scarlet wraps her arms around Prince Frog as he takes a giant leap over the castle and drops into the backyard court. Exterior backyard court continuous. Prince Frog and Scarlet join Wolf and Baba Yaga as they face off against Humpty. Humpty pulls Cinderella by the hair and dangles a switchblade knife at her throat.
A simple spell, and I'll turn him into a rooster.
You think so? Shoot your shot, Baba Yaga, and it'll be curtains for the pretty dancer.
Kill him! Do it now! My life is not worth it.
Behind Humpty, Mastodon silently emerges from the forest. Mastodon's huge hands reach around Humpty's head and snaps his neck. Humpty falls dead.
Of course it is.
Interior dungeon, close on Demon Hands, night. Clank. Demon Hands clamp shackles around a man's waist, wrists, biceps, thighs, and neck. Pull out to a one-room dungeon lit only by moonlight. The man bound by chains is Jack. The chains are attached to the wall, stretching his body to its limits. Standing in front of him are demons, Meanie, Dumpy, and Unhappy.
Between us, Jack, I always thought Scarlet could do better. She's super hot, and you're just a cheeky chump with cool hair.
Big talk to a man who's chained up.
Chained up and never getting free. Let's see you bust out of that, especially since we got all of your toys.
Meanie opens his claw to reveal 5 mini silver lock picks that Jack had hidden on him. The demons exit. After a moment, Jack searches around his mouth and pulls a mini silver lockpick in between his teeth. Interior 2-cell dungeon continues. Meanie, Unhappy, and Dumpy, carrying a full-body mirror encased in classic brass, enter. The first cell holds an old man sleeping away. The second cell contains Cassidy, chained to the wall with Ice Princess and her demons lurching over him. Cassidy's bruised. Gropey's been working him over.
If you want to know about the Redeemers, ask a Redeemer.
The demons place the mirror in front of Cassidy.
I've been wailing on him for a while now, boss. He can take a punch. He ain't giving it up.
Of course, he will. Just not to you.
Hey, boss. You don't need a mirror to get him to spill the beans. I could spill him. Literally.
Ugh, this isn't just any mirror, boys. It's Pandora's mirror.
Oh.
If the stranger won't talk, I know his reflection will.
Oh.
Cassidy looks into the mirror. His reflection appears trapped now within the glass as he himself passes out.
Now, reveal to me the truth about why you want the golden egg.
It's quite simple, Ice Princess. You're not real.
Sleazy's confused.
Does he mean, like, metaphorically? Because I could see that.
None of this is real. This is the wrong timeline of Dreamworld. I was brought here from a planet called Earth to go back into Dreamworld's history, find what caused the timeline shift, and restore the real Dreamworld. The golden egg was to help send me back in time.
Ice Princess and the demons are floored by this news. It sounds unbelievable.
This story is cray-cray. It's madness.
Not madness, Princess, but a mad truth. As you know, the mirror doesn't lie.
No, it doesn't. Time travel requires an advanced spellcaster, and there's no one among the Redeemers. Who would cast such a spell?
There's a spellcaster in the Enchanted Forest.
Baba Yaga.
Cassidy's reflection nods.
So, Baba Yaga sends you back to this real dream world, but when? Is it a time before my father ruled?
In a manner, yes. You see, your father never ruled the real dream world, because in the real dream world, he wasn't your father. The real dream world had no sleeper, no ice princess, no demons.
No demons? That sucks.
Enough. Bring Pandora's mirror to the throne room at once. The sleeper must make a judgment.
Cassidy's image disappears from the mirror, and he immediately regains consciousness.
What happened?
You sang like a canary. When the big boss finds out the deal, your number's up, chump.
The seven grab the mirror and exit with the Ice Princess behind them. After a beat, the old man, whom we thought was sleeping, rises slowly, his face hidden among the shadows.
Quite a story, my friend.
Come again?
I said, that's quite a story you've got there. You're missing some details, but you have the gist. This isn't the real dream world.
How would you know?
The old man steps into the light. It's Midas. He's dangerously thin and strung out, like a drug addict.
Because I was there when all went wrong. I'm the one responsible. My name is Midas.
King Midas?
I suppose I was a king once. Now I'm nothing more than the sleeper's golden goose.
Midas thinks back to the old dream world as we see flashbacks of the Camelot Forest, just after Midas killed Marigold. The wild storm is in full swing as Midas cradles Marigold's corpse.
Oh, God!
The light of White Whisperer flashes over the area. Marigold's body turns into a golden statue. Horrified, Midas lets go of her body and discovers his hands up to the wrist have become gold. Midas reaches for a nearby branch and transforms it into gold. At that moment, Merlin steps into view behind Midas. We can tell it's Merlin by his lengthy white beard, but he's younger now. Merlin has become the Sleeper. End Midas's flashback and resume scene with Cassidy and Midas as Midas presents his hands to Cassidy. They turn from a human skin tone to gold in a matter of seconds.
I can make anything I touch into gold. Ironic, wouldn't you say?
If you are King Midas, the real King Midas, how is it you still have your memory of the old dream world?
I journeyed too long from my fairy tale and became displaced in time. When the change in dream world occurred, my body changed, but my mind remembers everything.
Father Time brought me from Earth. I'm the last person to survive. My mission is to go back in time and stop you.
Interior Jack's dungeon hallway, night. 3 soldiers stand at attention. Soldier number 1 hears a sound from Jack's dungeon. He enters to see Jack still bound by the chains.
What was that sound?
Beats me.
Soldier number 1 scans the room and finds a silver mini lockpick gleaming on the floor in the moonlight, a few feet from Jack. He picks it up.
Jack, you thought you could pick all those locks with this little thing?
Jack shimmies, and then all of the chains come crashing to the floor.
Pretty much, yeah.
Oh, shit.
Jack then knocks out soldier number 1. Interior Sleeper's throne room, close on the Sleeper, night. The Sleeper's eyes bear an unyielding rage. This is not a happy man.
Again.
Ice Princess, the Seven, and General Pan all stand around Pandora's mirror, where Cassidy's reflection is frozen.
The mirror doesn't lie.
Again!
The Ice Princess snaps her fingers, and the mirror rewinds Cassidy's reflection like a DVR.
None of this is real. This is the wrong timeline of Dreamworld. I was brought here from planet Earth to go back in time, and...
Under which an extremely loud alarm siren sounds off.
Uh-oh. It's from the prison cells, King. That can only mean one thing.
Jack.
The Sleeper rises and heads toward the throne room doors. Ice Princess, the Seven, and General Pan follow. The mirror continues on.
To go back into Dreamworld's history and find what caused the timeline rift.
Interior dungeon hallway, a few moments later. The Sleeper reads a message written in blood on the hallway wall directly across from the elevator. It reads, "Jack's back. All hail the Sleeper." Underneath the message, propped up against the wall, are 3 dead soldiers of the 4th stripped down to their underwear. The Sleeper heads towards Cassidy's dungeon, confirming his suspicion. Cassidy has escaped. Tweedledee steps into the room.
A lifetime of ruling, and this stranger intends to undo all I have accomplished. Jack and the Redeemers, they'll keep coming for the egg.
Perhaps, my lord, there is a silver lining.
What is that?
they'll keep coming for the egg. Oh.
As the sleeper contemplates this, he looks over to Midas' cell and notices Midas is gone too. Tweedledee mumbles to himself, then begins to spin uncontrollably.
Oh, and I have more good news. Good news is good news, and well, bad news is bad. This is good. It will make you smile now that Jack and the others are escaping and probably on the way down. Too bad their home won't be there when they show up.
Tweedledee comes to a quick stop. He's now Tweedledum.
We've just received word Dragonfly has located Camelot.
The sleeper smiles as we end episode 3.
That was a good answer. Okay,
friends, if you need to use the restroom, go ahead and do that. Otherwise, if you can stay close, let's stay close so that we can get wrapped up.
Recap of episode 3. In our last episode, Scarlet, Mastodon, and the Shepherd battled the 3 pigs in the enchanted forest to save Baba Yaga. Meanwhile, Jack's plan to eliminate the sleeper backfires, leading to his imprisonment along with Cassidy and allowing the sleeper to keep his golden egg. Additionally, the Ice Princess, using Pandora's mirror, learns the truth about Cassidy's mission to return Dreamworld back to normal. Jack and Cassidy manage to escape from the sleeper's dungeons, but they remain unaware that the sleeper has finally discovered the secret location of Camelot and intends to destroy it once and for all. Episode 4. Exterior Three Bears Porridge Factory, night. To establish. Interior Three Bears Porridge Factory. Bluebeard and Staria sit on the factory floor.
We have to go down to Camelot sometime.
I cannot face Mother now. I let her down. I let everyone down.
Angled on a small shelf behind some stacked spoons lurks the diminutive spy Dragonfly, watching Bluebeard and Staria.
That's not true. You made the only decision that could save us all. At least now we have a chance.
Ugh. Jack would have known what to do. What chance do we have now without the egg, without this stranger?
Suddenly, a loud rumble occurs near the door. Then a horse's whinny. Dragonfly delivers an evil grin.
What was that?
The door smashes open to reveal Ice Princess, the 7 demons, and General Pan. As Meanie enters...
Hi, honey, I'm home!
No!
Before Bluebeard and Staria can mount an attack, Ice Princess encases both in a solid block of ice.
This place sucks. Ain't nothing here but an old kitchen and some baking supplies.
This is Camelot, General Pan?
Dragonfly lands on General Pan's shoulder and whispers in his ear.
Yes. That giant mixing bowl covers...
Spanish, Peter.
Yes. That giant mixing bowl covers a secret staircase. The button to open it is in that panel on the wall.
But the demons ignore General Pan and step up to the giant mixing bowl to move it themselves.
Screw the button, we got muscles!
They're a little overzealous, aren't they, General Pan?
It's so hard to find good help.
All right, boys. Heave-ho!
Oh my god.
They toss the giant mixing bowl aside, exposing the magic staircase.
Oh, Camelot.
Interior Camelot, a few moments later. Children play in the streets. Townspeople water their front lawns. Walking up the main road is Ice Princess, the 7, the Beast, General Pan, and Dragonfly. As Ice Princess and her team stop at Camelot's entrance.
Self-absorbed. Self-absorbed? Meanie, do you think I'm self-absorbed?
No, boss, more like narcissistic, but in a sexy, cuddly way.
Thank you.
Ice Princess then turns her attention to Camelot.
Ugh, Destroy it all. Every farmer, every house, every sweet-smelling lily. And don't forget, nobody kills Mother but me. It's a gift to myself.
The Ice Princess and her entourage attacks with impunity. We hear a myriad of overlapping sounds. Alarm bells ring, people screaming in terror, Dragonfly launching fireballs. Ice Princess grins, reveling in Camelot's dismemberment. Fade to black. Fade in. Interior, Three Bears porridge factory, later that night. Close-up on Bluebeard and Staria frozen in a block of ice. Suddenly, a bright teleportation flash appears, revealing Scarlet, Mastodon, Baba Yaga, Prince Frog, the Shepherd, Cinderella, and Wolf.
I told you, get us here in one piece.
They all see Bluebeard and Staria frozen in a block of ice.
Bluebeard! Staria!
They also see Camelot's entrance is exposed.
Oh no! The entrance to Camelot.
Frog, you're with me. Let's check it out.
Prince Frog draws his sword.
I go where you go.
Mastodon leads Prince Frog and Cinderella down the magic stairs to Camelot. The Shepherd and Baba Yaga move to the frozen Bluebeard and Staria.
Solid ice.
They'll freeze to death if we don't hurry. Can you do anything for them?
Of course I can. I'm not just a pretty face.
Baba Yaga carves a mysterious music symbol into the block of ice, and the ice melts at a supernatural rate until Bluebeard and Staria are freed. The two shiver incessantly. Baba Yaga reaches into her Indian shaman side satchel and pulls out white candy sticks.
Go on, this should warm you up.
Bluebeard and Staria eat the candy sticks. Their health is immediately restored.
Were you able to stop the Ice Princess?
We were too late. Where's Jack? Why isn't he with you?
Jack and this stranger were captured. The sleeper awoke, and we lost the egg.
Oh, jeez, Louise, maybe I picked the wrong side. At least things can't get much worse.
Scarlet, you need to take a look at this.
Or maybe they can.
Scarlet and Bluebeard share a concerned look, terrified at what they might find. Interior Camelot, the cavern's entrance, night. Scarlet, Wolf, Mastodon, Cinderella, the Shepherd, Baba Yaga, Bluebeard, and Staria stand in awe at the total devastation that has devoured Camelot. It's completely destroyed.
All of our friends. Everyone we've fought for, they're all gone. It's all gone.
Prince Frog leaps over from the background.
I cannot find Mother anywhere.
Scarlet looks to Mother's boot castle, which is now nothing more than a pile of debris. Scarlet finds one of Pinocchio's walking braces.
Pinocchio. We should have been here.
Look!
They all turn to see Mother hung by her neck from the tower of the old castle ruins.
Mother!
Wolf barks.
Be still. Someone's coming.
Hide.
Which they all do. 3 soldiers of the 4th cautiously enter. We recognize the 3 soldiers are in disguise. They're really Cassidy, Midas, and...
Jack!
Scarlet runs to Jack and kisses him.
I knew they couldn't hold you.
The rest of the Redeemers bounce out of the shadows. Cassidy and Midas hang back as the team assembles around Jack.
Who did this? Ice Princess and the 7 demons.
Where's Mother?
She didn't make it, Jack.
No.
I'm sorry.
Scarlet indicates Mother's lifeless body hanging by a noose.
Somebody get her down.
Prince Frog leaps off. Scarlet turns to Cassidy.
This happened because of you. It's all your fault. You did this to us.
Scarlet charges Cassidy violently, but Jack stops her.
Oh, it's
Why
not
are you
his
trying
fault.
to
It's
stop
not his
me?
fault. He's
It's all
telling the
his
truth,
fault.
and I believe him.
You do?
That man there. His name is Midas. He's the one who changed the real dream world. He's the one who caused all of this.
Everyone looks to Midas. His wrists still bear the shackles from his imprisonment.
In the real dream world, I wanted Camelot for myself. So I attempted to raise the sword from the stone. Arthur and I, we struggled for it, and Marigold was coming towards us. I swung the sword to pry it away from Arthur, and...
No, you killed Marigold.
Marigold's death caused Dreamworld to become the nightmare it is now. It's all my fault. All of it.
Who's Marigold?
His daughter.
The Redeemers digest this as Prince Frog approaches carrying Mother's charred body. Jack takes Mother's body toward the town square. Interior, the edge of the tunnel entrance to Camelot, later. Jack, with Mother's shotgun and bandolier draped across his shoulder, Scarlet, Bluebeard, Staria, Mastodon, Prince Frog, the Shepherd, Baba Yaga and Midas take one last gaze at Camelot. Jack nods to Staria, who aims her bow for the top of the cavern and shoots a continuous barrage of arrows until a cave-in buries Camelot. After a moment of silence, Cinderella approaches Cassidy.
You are the stranger who told my new friends what they were in the real dream world. My name is Cinderella, and I wish to know what I was in the world you knew.
You were a poor maiden who captured the heart of a wonderful prince. The two of you were married and lived happily ever after.
So I was a princess.
Yes.
I was a princess.
Tell me, stranger, was I still a prince of frogs?
You were a prince, but you were a prince of men, as you yourself were a man.
And what was I in the real dream world? An adventurer? A swashbuckler?
Cassidy hesitates.
What is it? Tell me, I must know.
You were the most feared pirate in the world, and you murdered your wives.
All of them?
That's the story.
Bluebeard takes this in. Staria looks to Cassidy.
Was I one of those wives?
No, not as I remember.
What was I then? Staria, daughter of light?
There was a nursery rhyme. Starlight, starbright, first star I see tonight. But no woman ever represented that, at least none that I know of.
No. What are you saying? She didn't exist?
How?
Cassidy looks down. That is, in fact, what he's saying. Bluebeard pieces it together, doesn't want to deal with it.
You are lying. He's lying to us all.
Bluebeard draws his sword and swings for Cassidy's head. Before the blade can hit its mark, Midas's gold hand catches the weapon and turns it into gold. Bluebeard drops the sword before the gold effect has spread up his arm.
No, he's not.
Jack, Midas knows exactly where to send me back in time, but we need the egg. How do we get it back?
The Sleeper knows about our mission. The whole of his army will be mobilized in and around the fortress. It's over, stranger. We lost.
It's not just about us. Don't you get it? There are more lives at stake than just our own.
As Jack realizes.
Lives like your children.
Like your mother. Scarlet's grandmother, Mastodon's wife. You all had families and friends in the real dream world you knew and loved. If you don't set things right for yourselves, set things right for them.
Scarlet walks over to Jack and puts her hand in his.
Baba Yaga can teleport us right into the Sleeper's chamber. Right to the egg itself.
Oh, as long as one of you has been there, it's easy as pie.
Mastodon?
I had a wife.
Mastodon and Cinderella exchange an awkward look. She's a bit jealous.
We gotta pay him back for Mother, right? This is the best way I could think of.
Prince Frog nods. Wolf barks. Cinderella takes Mother's shotgun and bandolier from Jack and jumps on Mastodon's shoulder.
We fight then. For those we have lost. And those we will find once again.
We're all in, stranger.
Not all of you.
Bluebeard turns away, giving the Redeemers his back.
Bluebeard, I was a murderer, Jack. You're asking me to become a murderer. You're asking me to let go of the woman I love.
We all have to let go. The real dream world must be set right. The truth must be honored.
Where is the honor in losing the people you love?
There can be no sorrow for doing what's right. Mother would say that.
But I don't want to lose you.
Jack and Scarlet exchange a look. They can understand.
I'm fighting with the stranger. Fighting for a better world. We need you there. I need you there.
I will do this. For you, my love.
Bluebeard walks over to Cassidy, pulls Mother's sword from under his shirt, and presents it to Cassidy.
Your sword, stranger.
Cassidy takes it. Scarlet hands Jack her crossbow, then transforms into a werewolf, growling violently. Jack looks to Baba Yaga.
Are you ready?
Ready as I'll ever be. All right, everyone, hold each other's hands now.
Wait, don't you have to recite words to cast a spell?
Yeah, and I'll fly us down a magic broomstick, too. Don't be an idiot, stranger.
Baba Yaga raises her free hand above her head as bands of light pour from each fingertip and surround the team.
Hang on, kiddies. Here we go.
Our heroes fade out slowly in an implosion of magic. Exterior, the Sleeper's fortress, night. To establish, interior, the Sleeper's sanctum, close on the golden egg, night. The object rests comfortably on its purple satin pillow. Wide on, 8 lost stand guard, sickles drawn, positioned in a protective circle around the egg's altar. All of a sudden, a teleportation doorway opens. Emerging from this doorway are...
The Redeemers!
Baba Yaga shoots a green energy bolt from her hands, which domino effects from one lost to the next, rendering each immobile.
Damn, I still got it.
Baba Yaga then grabs the golden egg.
Midas, give me your hand.
Are you sure you're up to this?
Have a little faith, just give me your hand.
Which Midas does, leaving the golden egg hovering over their connection.
Stranger, a time travel spell takes a few minutes to catch speed, so just hang tight a sec.
Okay.
How do you plan on stopping Midas?
I don't know. I hadn't thought about it.
Perhaps I can help.
But before the shepherd can say how, Baba Yaga chimes in.
Midas, concentrate.
I am. This all began at the Sword and the Stone in Camelot. That's what I'm concentrating on.
Well, it's not working.
Maybe it's you.
Well, maybe you should shut up.
Baba Yaga stops the spell and examines the golden egg.
What's wrong, Baba?
This egg isn't working. It looks real, but it's just a cheap imitation.
Cheap imitation? How could they replace it? Unless... Oh no.
Jack, I have a bad feeling about this.
Then the Redeemers hear the loud startup of a giant mechanism as the entire back wall of the Sleeper's chamber slides open to reveal the Sleeper's throne room. Hundreds of columned lost and soldiers of the Fourth stand battle-ready. At the forefront of this army are Ice Princess, the Beast, Tweedledee, General Pan, Dragonfly, and the 7 demons. This was a trap. Our heroes are now trapped. As the Sleeper strides to the rear of his army...
Looking for this, Jack.
The Sleeper indicates the real golden egg, glowing dim black, held by a thick linked chain around his neck.
You are predictable, I'll give you that.
Jack turns to Baba Yaga.
They'll come for the stranger. Protect him.
Baba Yaga clenches her fists and concentrates on casting a spell.
You want to undo my world, Jack. You want a world without the Sleeper? You want the golden egg.
Yes!
Come and get it.
At that moment, a pink energy sphere shield rises up from the floor and surrounds Cassidy. Jack turns to Cassidy.
Just be ready when we get the egg.
Jack draws his nickel-plated 9mm and fires an arrow-tipped cable that travels the length of the room, smashing itself into the wall above the Sleeper. The gun's mini wench pulls Jack across the room at great speed. Jack somersaults to a landing right in front of the sleeper.
Okay, Daddy-O, you asked for it.
Jack draws his sword. The sleeper creates a red energy Arabian scimitar sword much larger than Jack's blade.
Destroy them!
With shit?
Different movie.
Destroy them, especially the stranger.
The sleeper and Jack sword fight.
You gotta do better than that, old man.
Oh, I will.
The battle is chaos as the two forces converge. Soldiers of the Fourth and Lost charge our heroes, but meet stiff resistance from Scarlet, Cassidy, Midas, Prince Frog, Cinderella, Wolf, Bluebeard, and the Shepherd. Baba Yaga and Staria launch green force bolts and energy arrows at Tweedledum and the Beast, keeping them at bay. Angle on the 7 demons as they jump Mastodon, one demon at a time.
Boil on the big guy! Don't let him breathe!
Bluebeard attacks the demons with his sword, forcing the demons off Mastodon.
1-on-1, I can take them. 7-on-1, that's a tough road to hoe, even for me.
In the background, unbeknownst to Mastodon, Demon Gropey approaches from the air, leading with his claws.
Mastodon, look out!
Mastodon turns. Gropey's nearly upon him when, kablam! A shotgun blast sends Gropey spiraling into a pillar. Mastodon sees Cinderella holding Mother's shotgun.
You saved me. It's only fair.
Back to Jack and the Sleepers. The Sleeper aggressively swings his energy scimitar at Jack, who backpedals and counters each attack.
You're not much of a redeemer, Jack. It appears I've orchestrated the death of 2 of your mothers.
Which distracts Jack. The Sleeper's next blow sends him into a wall.
And so it ends between you and I.
The Sleeper fires red energy bolts from his eyes at Jack, but Baba Yaga materializes in front of Jack and diverts the attack by producing a magic shield.
Baba Yaga, you should have stayed in your gingerbread house.
Baba Yaga quickly tosses a lime at the Sleeper, which explodes into dozens of plant vines that entangle his body.
Now, Jack, grab the egg!
As Jack moves toward the Sleeper, General Pan lowers himself in his path and draws a sword.
Can Jack come out and play?
General Pan and Jack now engage in a classic swordsman duel. Angle on the Sleeper, as the lime vines die off him like wilted flowers.
Oh, limes and candy sticks, brooms and goat's hair. A witch is no match for a sorcerer, especially one who could harness the power of the golden egg.
The Sleeper sends a bolt of magic from his hands at Baba Yaga, which bounces off her magic shield. Cut to General Pan and Jack. As they sword fight, Dragonfly cheers for General Pan. But unbeknownst to her, Prince Frog lurks behind her. By the time she realizes, it's too late. Prince Frog's long frog tongue snatches her up and swallows her whole. Prince Frog then lets out a loud belch. Once General Pan sees Dragonfly die...
Dragonfly, no!
Jack then grabs the General's hook off, and in one sharp move, mortally stabs the General in the abdomen with his own hook.
He who lives by the hook dies by the hook.
Jack forces the hook up General Pan's stomach, killing him. Cut to the Shepherd. As Tweedledee approaches, wielding a dagger.
Hey, Shepherd! I can't let you go any farther! We have to kill you.
Using her staff, the Shepherd knocks the dagger out of his hands and then slams the base of her staff squarely into his chest.
You poor lost sheep. Now realize the evil that you've become.
The Shepherd's energy flows through her staff into Tweedledum. Tweedledum sees a series of images. Tweedledee yells at a peasant, Tweedledum stealing magic beans, Tweedledee whipping children, and Tweedledum shooting a group of townspeople with a machine gun. These images replay themselves faster and faster until...
Oh my! Who am I? Who am I? Who am I? Who am I? Who am I?
Tweedledum falls to the floor unconscious. Cut to Scarlet Hood in werewolf form, slicing through 2 soldiers. A third soldier aims a .45 at her, but suddenly convulses awkwardly with blood oozing from his mouth. The beast emerges, claws wedged into the soldier's back. The beast and Scarlet growl at one another, then fight, slash, and bite. After a few moments, both retreat, both wounded. Scarlet attempts to claw the beast's throat, missing, but knocking off his yellow ruby necklace. The necklace smashes to the ground, causing a cloud of yellow smoke. Beauty, 25, then rises from the ruby's rubble as the beast turns back to a man.
Beauty, you're alive. You were with me the whole time.
Always.
It was the Ice Princess. She imprisoned you. It was her all along.
Ugh, a revelation, Beast. I'm afraid you'll have to take it to your grave.
The Ice Princess fires ice spikes from both hands, catching the beast dead center in the chest, killing him. His body falls to the floor as Beauty cries out. Distraught, Beauty grabs the beast's mostly smashed necklace and puts it around her neck, transforming herself into a Beauty Beast. Beauty Beast attacks the Ice Princess, who knows she's about to die.
Father, I'm sorry. I tried my best. Maybe I am self-absorbed.
Slice, stab, slice of her claws, and Beauty defeats Ice Princess. Cut back to the sleeper and Baba Yaga. Baba Yaga indicates the Ice Princess's body to the sleeper.
If you ask me, little bit chatted coming.
That was my daughter, witch!
The sleeper fires a red energy bolt from his eyes, killing the Beauty Beast and reverting her back to a human beauty. She falls atop her true love, the beast. Back to the sleeper and Baba Yaga.
Now for you, Baba Yaga.
The sleeper's eyes power up. It's gonna be a kill shot.
Oh, sorry, pal. I have better things to do today than die.
Baba Yaga teleports away before the sleeper can fire. The sleeper turns to find Jack aiming a crossbow at his head.
A crossbow, Jack.
The sleeper backpedals to the wall. Then he takes the golden egg from around his neck, chain and all, and holds it out.
Shoot me, Jack. The egg falls and the egg breaks. Then your plan will be for naught. Can you really risk it, Jack?
No, but that's not actually the plan.
Can we just take that's not the plan again?
Yeah, I hated that one too. Thank you for the public announcement.
Let's go from sleeper shooting.
I've been resting for a few pages.
Can you really risk it, Jack?
No, but that's not actually the plan.
Prince Frog leaps into view and snatches the egg from the sleeper's hand. Jack looks at him.
Hurry! Get the egg to Baba Yaga.
Prince Frog hops in Baba Yaga's direction. Jack follows.
No!
The sleeper shoots deadly red power bolts from his hands, aimed at Prince Frog. One of the sleeper's stray bolts hits Demon Unhappy, who is flying in the air above.
Oh, jeez, King has got me.
Unhappy falls from the air and slams hard to the ground. Angelon Sleazy, standing over Unhappy's dead carcass.
Oh no, Unhappy. Look how they massacred my boy!
I don't know, guys. I don't know what that is.
It ain't Brando.
I will not do it again. I will not do it again. Moving on then. Unless you need me to.
Do it one more time and have a little more.
I'll take it from Odd G's. I'll take it from Odd G's.
Angelon Sleazy, standing over Unhappy's dead carcass.
Oh no, Unhappy. Look how they massacred my boy.
Cut to Prince Frog as he hands the egg to Baba Yaga.
Here, Baba, begin the spell.
The sleeper approaches Jack.
Jack, give me one moment of your time. Right or wrong, this is our world. Let's keep it the way it is, you and me. We'll rule Dreamworld together. We'll make Dreamworld better for everyone, I promise. I swear to you, tell her to stop.
As Jack contemplates this, the battle stops around them. We see Cassidy eager to hear Jack's answer.
What's it going to be, Jack? Our Dreamworld or his?
Start the spell, Baba Yaga.
Fool!
The sleeper fires a bolt of immense intensity at Jack, hitting him in the chest. Jack's body falls to the ground.
Jack, no!
Cut to Scarlet as she jumps the sleeper, who catches her by the throat and casts a spell on her.
Become human.
Which she suddenly does, losing her werewolf form. The sleeper then tosses her aside as Mastodon steps in his path. The two stand toe-to-toe, eye-to-eye.
That was my best friend.
Mastodon then tosses his best punch, connecting on the sleeper's jaw. The windows of the throne room shatter, but the sleeper barely moves, remaining unhurt.
Oh, impressive blow, Mastodon, but please, allow me.
The sleeper returns the punch with even more force, knocking Mastodon clear across the room. The sleeper looks to Cassidy, then to Baba Yaga and Midas, holding the golden egg within a protective shield sphere. His intention is clear: kill Cassidy. As the sleeper heads towards Cassidy, cut to Baba Yaga and Midas. Midas realizes the sleeper's intention and moves to stop him.
He'll kill you, Midas, if you fight him.
He'll kill the stranger if I don't.
Midas jumps out of Baba Yaga's shield and faces the sleeper, his golden hands extended forward.
Midas? Really? You were my prisoner and I was your king.
You are no more a king than I ever was.
Oh, the insufferable Midas. A king.
I was king in the real dream world. A greedy king, but a king nonetheless.
All of a sudden, the sleeper cries and winces in pain. He's been stabbed in the back by Cassidy using his half sword. The sleeper falls to one knee as he sees Cassidy behind him.
You.
Midas and Cassidy now stand in front of the sleeper.
It was my greed that led to the creation of this dream world. It was I who created you. But all that ends today. Your reign is over.
Midas places both hands on the sleeper's chest, and gold slowly consumes his body. Then, a gust of wind blows.
Egg's working, Midas. Come here, and try not to turn me into gold, please.
Midas takes Baba Yaga's hand while she chants the magic spell. Close on Cassidy's half sword, plunged into the hunched-over golden sleeper, on the sword's handle is a marked inscription. It reads, Excalibur. Find the shepherd, groggy and wounded, stepping into view. Her hands glow with white energy. She grabs Cassidy's shoulder and passes her powers onto him. Cassidy now stands in a dull glow.
What did you do to me?
You now command my power of the shepherd's sight. All you need do is touch Midas, and he will view the evil he has caused.
Time to fly, stranger.
Baba Yaga launches a bolt of green light that hits Cassidy, and he begins to fade away.
Thank you! Thank you all!
Cassidy disappears in an imploding puff of energy. After a moment, Jack regains consciousness. Scarlet, too.
The stranger. Did he go?
Yep, he's gone.
Now what?
We wait.
Baba Yaga pulls out an alcohol flask and takes a swig.
Anyone else want a little sip?
Exterior Camelot Forest, day. Hiding amidst some nearby bushes, Midas and Marigold survey the sword and the stone with mischievous intent. Suddenly, a light flashes behind Midas off-screen. Midas and Marigold turn to find Cassidy standing behind them.
Hello, Midas.
Who are you?
Who I am is not important as what you're about to do.
No, one more time.
Not as important. Get it together for
Who I am is not as important as
Yeah,
what
you
you're
lost
about
out.
to do.
Yeah. Oh my God. Just say what's written on the page. Come on.
Thank you so much, Gene. Hello, Midas.
Who are you?
Who I am is not as important as what you're about to do.
Cassidy gloves Midas's face and activates the shepherd's sight. Midas sees a series of images. The streets of Camelot littered with bodies. The sleeper slapping Ice Princess. The final battle with Jack and the Redeemers. Mother hung by her neck. Midas himself chained to a wall. And Midas stabbing Marigold to death. Midas falls to his knees as Marigold runs over.
What did you do to him? Father, are you okay?
Midas considers Marigold and then hugs her tightly.
What's wrong?
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. For all of it.
Midas stands, grabs Marigold's hand, and hugs her tight.
It's time to go home. It's time to go back to sleep.
In the background, we see King Arthur and Merlin gallop toward the sword and the stone. Interior, the sleeper's throne room, night. Assembled near the throne stand our battle-weary heroes. Jack, Scarlet, Cinderella, Shepherd, Wolf, Baba Yaga, Prince Frog, Bluebeard, and Staria.
What do we do now?
Wait.
How do we know if the stranger succeeded?
We won't. We'll just go back to the way things were.
And remember nothing?
That's correct. Our lives will continue as if this dream world never...
In a flash, Midas disappears.
Midas.
The Redeemers look to one another.
He was going to say existed. As if this dream world never existed.
Something's happening.
I feel it too.
A tremor occurs, then another and another, until it becomes a full earthquake of epic proportions. Jack and Scarlet grab hands.
This is it.
The perimeter wall of the sleeper's throne room crumbles outward, giving a clear view of Dreamworld as it begins to restore itself. A golden sun emerges in the now pale blue sky. All Earth-style structures dematerialize. Rolling hills begin to take shape as clear glass barriers uniformly rise from the ground.
Dreamworld's changing. The stranger must have succeeded.
The shepherd tears off her pink ribbon.
I can see. Look.
The Ice Princess turns into Snow White. The Sleeper turns into Merlin. The 7 demons turn into dwarfs. Prince Frog turns into a man. Bluebeard turns into a pirate. And Staria disappears. The shepherd herself turns into Little Bo Peep. Mastodon grows into a 100-foot-tall giant. In the background, the Camelot castle smashes up from underground and ascends toward the clouds. Cinderella, Baba Yaga, and Wolf transform into Cinderella, the evil witch Baba Yaga, and the big bad wolf. Angle on Jack. He turns to Scarlet.
This is it.
But Jack sees Scarlet has now become someone else. Little Red Riding Hood. A meek and timid girl. Little Red Riding Hood pulls her hand from Jack's.
Sorry, do I know you?
No. I suppose you don't.
It's this, accompanied by her look of non-recognition, that leaves Jack broken-hearted.
I'll always love you, Scarlet.
Then Jack's saddened face turns happy as he transforms back into the light-hearted boy we have always known him to be. Smash cut to exterior Boston home, night. A torrential rainstorm at its peak pounds Boston. Interior, Tessa and Ruben's bedroom, night. Pick up Cassidy, Tessa, and Ruben as the 2 children turn back to human form from stone.
Tessa! Ruben!
Cassidy embraces his children, squeezing them tight.
Dad, what happened? What was that weird light?
I don't know. Maybe a low-flying plane or something?
Tessa pulls out of the group hug, starts to walk off.
Tessa, where are you going?
To check your phone, to see if Mom called.
She didn't. And she's not going to.
Why?
Cassidy hates this, but it's time to tell them the truth.
I don't know how to say this.
Okay. No, I told you so's.
Everyone turns to see Maria taking off her soaking wet coat, hair drenched.
Ugh. Okay, I get it. It's pouring out.
Mom!
Maria!
The parkway was flooded, so I turned around and came home.
How? It's impossible.
Not really. I just pulled a Yui.
As Cassidy embraces her tightly, he looks over her shoulder to see Father Time staring back at him. Only Cassidy can see him.
Thank you.
No, thank you.
Which is unheard by everyone in the room except Cassidy, as Father Time disappears.
Who are you talking to?
You. Thank you for coming home tonight.
Cassidy and Maria kiss passionately.
Hello? Can we have another story now? Please?
Yes, you can have all the stories you want.
Really? But you never believed in them.
I do now. They're real. They're all real.
Now that Mom's back, can we read a different one? Snow White was putting me to sleep, which I guess was the point.
Yes, of course.
Cassidy walks over to the bookshelf.
Jack and the Beanstalk?
Nah.
What's this?
Cassidy reaches for a brown book with gold trim, which catches his attention.
Hey, have you guys ever seen this book before?
No. What is it?
Dreamworld.
Cassidy smiles to himself as Maria, Tessa, and Reuben gather on Reuben's bed. Cassidy sits at the edge of the bed.
Here we go.
Angle on Father Time. We move in on him as he smiles, his debt now paid in full.
Have you ever wondered where fairy tales come from? The minds of earthborn people, perhaps, if that's what you wish to believe.
Exterior Dreamworld day. Angle looking down on Dreamworld. We see the many barrier fairy tale nursery rhyme realms of Dreamworld: Jack and the Beanstalk, Little Red Riding Hood, Snow White, the Three Pigs, etc.
Our world is a place.
Cassidy's voice fades out as Father Time's voice fades in.
Of dreams and wonders, a place where fairy tales and nursery rhymes not only exist, but live out their stories every day. Our world is Dream World.
Smash cut over black.
Welcome.
Fade out.
Nice job.
This is the fairy tale version of Westworld.
So this is the. So we're going to read through the trailer real quick, which is real quick back.